We need to build a wall, and it has to be built quickly.
Good morning. It is 9:07 on Super Talk 99.7 WTN. Hey, how are you? I'm Chris Hand. Show's brought to you by Better Water LLC, Water Filtration Systems, Water Softeners, BetterWater.com. I'm excited it's Friday. Is it just me? Or does this feel like it's been the longest 4-day week ever? Maybe it's just me.
Bro, I've never looked forward to Friday so quick, so much.
Dude, we have so much to look forward to. It's going to be such a fun weekend.
What you got going on?
All right, so, well, for starters, last night, baseball playoffs kicked off. So my boys are they got playoff games. Brooks had his first playoff game last night. Dude, all right, so this is some inside baseball, no pun intended. And this is just what I'm doing as dad moves, okay? I'm not the guy that's like harping on the kids and like overly like, whoa, why didn't you do that? Why didn't you do this? I just don't really care.
Yeah.
Like, I really want him to have more fun with baseball than anything else.
Yeah, enjoy the sport, not be a professional now.
But there's one thing that I've said to him that does bug me a little bit. Don't strike out looking, strike out swinging.
Yeah.
Like, at least take a swing at that thing. So there was a couple strikeouts looking the past couple games, right? And then he started getting in his own head. So I said, all right, bud, we're going to fix this. I said, if you put that ball into play, I'm gonna give you $50.
Nice.
And then because I'm trying to coax him into swinging.
Yeah.
And he goes, well, what if I hit it and somebody catches it or they throw me out at first? I was like, I'll give you $25 for that. I was like, you shouldn't be afraid of that. You should like just swing.
Yeah.
So I owe him $75 for last night, but it's so worth it because they won their playoff game. And shout out to the Mariners. We played, it was the Yankees versus the Mariners. We have a lot of friends on the Mariners team, bunch of great kids, and they played their butts off too, and they played a great game. But we pulled it out. Brooks, so I coaxed him with this money incentive. Yeah. I thought about pushing threatening beatings, and then I was like, well, if the money doesn't work, I could always fall back on the threatening of beatings.
True.
So I tried the money first. It worked, so we don't have to worry about it.
Are they looking for other teammates? I think I could use
$75. So anyway, Brooks hit an inside the park home run.
Nice.
Dude,
Let's go.
It was his first one of the kid pitch era. And
in a playoff game.
It was sick, man. I was so happy for him.
Dad moment for sure.
The best part wasn't that he hit the home run. The best part was watching his teammates run out of the dugout to greet him.
Huge.
It was so cool. So
yeah, that's awesome.
So it was fantastic. It really was. It was just such a great fun night. We were at the ballpark till 9:45, and then I had to literally jump in my car. If anybody knows Murfreesboro, I had to jump in my car, and then I had to fly over to Patterson Park.
Which took you 3 hours.
Dude, honestly, Murfreesboro, Tennessee, the only place in Tennessee where it'll take you 45 minutes to get to Murfreesboro, Tennessee.
Yeah.
So I had to fly over to Patterson Park because Kennedy has been doing play practices. She is starring in Matilda all weekend long at Patterson Park. So we got that going on. Bishop has his first playoff game tomorrow at SportsCom with the Astros. Go Astros. Bishop is hilarious. So he knows, like, I grew up a lifelong Red Sox fan. You grew up outside of Boston, you don't really have a choice. You're born into it. But Bishop loves the Astros, and we get the MLB login for free because we're on T-Mobile.
Yeah.
So we have I every morning I wake up and Bishop's watching the rundown. I swear to you, like the kid doesn't go downstairs and put on cartoons. He goes downstairs and like watches baseball, and he always fills me in. And it goes like this. So this was my morning this morning. He goes, Dad, Red Sox lost to the Braves. I was like, oh, it's a bummer. He goes, yeah, they got killed. He goes, Astros won, though, so, at least my team won. I was like, all right, bud, thanks. So Astros are playing tomorrow. So we have plays and playoffs, and, which I don't want to bury the lead here, tomorrow from 10 to 2, we have the Glock Store open house, which is going to be just a chef's kiss on the weekend of a way to kick things off. Hit me with a party horn. We need a party horn for that.
I feel like this one's too...
No, dude, it hits.
It's good.
When we're using it unironically, it
positive.
Still hits. You know what I mean? Like the party horn can be ironically used, but it can be enthusiastically used.
Yeah, I'm here for it.
This is an enthusiastic use of the party horn when it comes to the 6th annual Glock Store open house, which is tomorrow from 10 to 2. Myself, Dan Mandis, Matt Murphy. I was thinking to myself, and I do this from time to time, and I thought, this is deep thoughts with Chris late at night. I was like, I don't get to hang out with Dan and Matt as much as I used to. And then I remembered we all get to do that tomorrow. So pretty excited, pretty hype. Now, the Glock Store open house is going to be awesome. Stop by, come through, win some stuff. There's going to be over $50,000 worth of prizes given away.
Yeah.
And if Brooks keeps hitting as much as he's been hitting, I'll also be giving away that much in prizes when the playoffs are all said and done. So we're excited about the weekend. You do anything fun? That's a heck of a start.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks, Mason.
Well, here's the thing. I'm hesitant to say anything.
We'll come back to you in a minute then. No.
I'm hesitant to say anything because of what you might say.
What? Oh, you're going to the 21 Pilots concert?
No.
Oh.
No. Tickets sold out. Didn't make that. Whatever. Yeah. It's okay. I've got a group together, and we're going to the Tennessee Renaissance Festival this weekend. Yep. We're going to go throw axes, shoot arrows, watch jousting.
Hold on. You can go ahead and hit that party horn ironically now.
Nope.
Well, so was that your fallback plan to the 21 Pilots concert? You're like, listen, if I can't get that, I know there'll be plenty of Renaissance Fair tickets available.
I'm going to go spend some time in the medieval ages and cry myself in a couple beers, maybe.
Okay.
I'm just kidding. I don't drink.
So, I don't even mean to knock it. I have thought about going to that because it does sound fun.
It is cool. You get to watch knights joust.
Yeah, like it's
kind of dope.
There sounds like some cool things to it.
Yeah, but don't you go dressed up?
That's what
People
it,
do,
see.
yeah,
This was my question. This is exactly where I was going, Joan. Because the most I know about it, I learned from watching Love on the Spectrum on Netflix.
Fair.
That's it. He went all out. He wore a cape.
A lot of people
he had a cane. What are you going to be wearing?
I might go dressed normally.
No, you can't do that.
Feel like I don't have the funds to be able to go invest in a bunch of armor.
Okay,
now,
so you
next
don't.
year,
You don't. No. Let's ball out on a budget. We get you several rolls of tinfoil, and we dress you up like a knight.
but just in made out of old soda cans, cut open and pieced together chainmail and stuff. Or
how sick would that
scale
be?
mail.
It's gonna take a little initiative.
I mean, yeah. I got a night to do it. I got 24 hours.
Yo, you could do that.
We could
I
build
want
this.
pictures, and I want those pictures with you holding a big turkey leg while you're eating it.
That is
too.
the goal. That is the main crux of what's going to happen this weekend. Big turkey leg, watch some jousting, have fun with friends.
Be honest with you, out of all the things that you've mentioned, I think the big turkey leg is the most overrated.
Yeah, but you got to do it in a medieval setting. I feel like it just fits. I could be doing it there, or I could be doing it at Disney World, and I think I'd rather do it there.
Are you going to have a goblet of ale as well?
I'll pretend it's ale. I don't drink, but
Based.
I'll try and fit in. We'll see what happens.
All right.
Depends on how
You'll
much
try and fit in?
Yeah, we'll see how much the goblets cost.
Said I'll try and fit in.
It's gonna be $40 for a custom artisan goblet.
Dude. We should have done your cornrows earlier. We knew that you were going to be going to the Renaissance Fair.
Should have done it for May 30th, not July 4th.
Man. Well, send me pictures.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
Then I'm gonna throw them through AI. I'm gonna say put him in tinfoil armor.
Put him in tinfoil armor. Give that guy cornrows.
And give him cornrows. Well, you sound like you got some big plans. Are you bringing a
I'm
date?
excited.
Do you have a date?
No.
You're going there to meet the girl.
No.
You gotta.
We'll see what happens.
Pull some honeys.
Never do that again.
Pull some honeys. Come on. Be like,
Virginia,
guys,
please.
Be like, I
Save
am.
me from this guy.
At the Renaissance Fair, you have to immediately ascend to the top of the peak male ladder, I would imagine. Like
In what way?
Like I think when you walk in there, it's like because of the competition, shall we say?
Yeah.
You're immediately a few rungs up from where we normally would sit. I would feel the same way if I was single.
Because you're thinking about the average Reddit lurker is probably the average contender.
I'm thinking about the average Renaissance Festival male, and I'm like, I'm already light years ahead of the competition.
You got a leg up. For
You know
most
what I
of
mean?
them? Yeah.
A turkey leg up.
Yeah. I live on my own. They're probably still in their mother's basement. I kid.
It's true.
But yeah.
They probably refer to their mom as the roommate.
My roommate carries the rent, but we share in equal ways.
My roommate pays for my cell phone bill, but that's fine.
It's okay.
All right, that's cool, man.
Yeah,
that's cool.
I'm excited.
We got a lot to talk about on the show today. We'll talk about the details that are coming out on the memorandum of understanding between the U.S. and Iran. It's pretty much what we uncovered yesterday from Axios. There's not a lot of new developments there. We do know that President Trump is not heading to Florida this weekend. He is going to be staying in Washington, D.C. and putting that work in. Though, I mean, as everybody knows, you can put the work in wherever you are in this day and age, and I think he gets just as much done in Florida as he does in D.C. Wasn't he in Florida while he was watching the Maduro raid?
I believe so.
Right? Like, I mean, so a lot of headlines and a lot of conservative Twitter are like, oh, President Trump is staying in D.C. He's putting in that work for the American people. And I'm like, well, you can work anywhere. It doesn't, like, I think I think we need to get rid of D.C., decentralize the government. That would be the best.
Make the presidency a remote job.
Yeah, work from home. Plus, Mar-a-Lago is probably nicer.
Probably.
I mean, well, I think you can make the argument that it's not as, the White House is nicer now because of all the renovations that President Trump has put in.
Yeah, it is about to get a new ballroom.
Dude, the ballroom's going to be sick. Everybody knows it. Built on leftist tears, and we love it. So we'll talk about that. Also, Iranian state TV is claiming that they struck down an American aircraft, a U.S. aircraft, and CENTCOM is saying, like, fake news, fact check needed. Show us your source, and if your source is not a downed U.S. aircraft, it's probably because it didn't happen. We'll also talk about Scott Bessent. Scott Bessent filled in as the press briefing guy yesterday, and I don't know if you know this, because it's not really what he leads with because he's not a liberal, but Scott Bessent is gay. And it only took him one day to immediately overtake the last best gay press secretary we had. We now have a new one. It's Scott Bessent. Sorry, Karine. Your accolades are no longer important here. So we'll bring you the audio from Scott Bessent. We'll also talk about immigration, the riots that are happening outside the Delaney Hall building in Newark, New Jersey continue, and it is getting absolutely unhinged out there. There are leftists literally screaming at ICE agents, I see your face, I'm going to find you and kill you and your family. Acting Attorney General Todd Blanche says, yeah, well, we saw that guy's face too, and we're going to find him, and he is going to face charges for those terroristic threats. But the left is chanting at ICE agents in New York, shoot yourself in the head, every cop, every fed, shoot yourself in the head. The party of tolerance, ladies and gentlemen, the party of peace. And we wonder why violence keeps happening and it's coming from one side. These people are absolutely unhinged. And what's going on in Newark, New Jersey really does put an exclamation point on that. We'll also talk about Spencer Pratt. The LA mayoral race is happening next week. Then we got some updates on fraud as well. Busy show, lot to get to. We'll also keep it a little bit open-ended, a little agenda-free Friday going on. If you want to change the subject, you want to change the topic, you want to talk about something different, well, all you got to do is call in 615-737-9986. It's 9:21. This is Super Talk 99.7 WTN.
ahead, an activist judge had just put on hold one of President Trump's latest efforts. We'll tell you about that coming up at 9:30 on Super Talk 99.7 WTN.
Activist judges doing activist judges things. People don't think it'd be like it is, Joan, but it do.
It's a day that ends in Y.
Yep.
Yeah.
We were talking about the Renaissance Festival a moment ago. And Aaron Parker, our friend from Parker Safes and Vaults, he sent me a picture. He said, my son built this suit from scratch. I don't think you have enough time to do this, Mason, but it's sick because it's got these Crusader vibes.
Oh, that's so cool.
Like, this is, okay. First of all, the Crusades are justified. Second of all, if you're going to go to the Renaissance Fair, you should absolutely be repping Crusader vibes. You see that?
That's dope. I love that.
Put the picture on the YouTube stream.
Yeah, it's up there.
All right.
That's good.
It's
good.
sick.
That's so cool.
That's sick. I mean, so when I said that Mason would immediately be a couple notches up.
Yeah, I think I just
You would
dropped
still
like 3 runs.
no, you would still be a notch below the guys with Crusader vibes.
Yeah. I was gonna say, I think I dropped a little bit, but
all things considered, you'd be in pretty good shape. We need to get. I think we need to get Mason a girlfriend.
I think I need to get a set of Crusader armor.
I think you need Crusader armor as well. We got a lot to get to. Let's start with the absolute chaos happening in New Jersey. Let's see. Listen. They're not all unhinged lunatics, right? Like, that's not, some of them are just there for, I think, because they're getting paid, So it's like, they're not all down for the cause. Just most of them. These people, though, I can't. They're a caricature of themselves. This is what your average 2026 Democrat looks and sounds like. This is a woman talking to an ICE agent who I believe she calls him what is that? Oh, a race trader. Got it. Oh, hold on one second. There it is.
Yeah, go in and rape people. That's what you do. Race trader. That's what you are. You're a race trader. You. How does it feel?
The demonstrators are demanding the facility be shut down and pointing to a reported hunger strike by detainees.
And when she says, how does that feel? I would be like, coming from somebody like you, pretty good. Actually, pretty good. That was not the extent of the leftist unhinged behavior outside Delaney Hall. Again, this is your Democrat Party in 2026. These are the people, like, remember when they used to say, Mr. Trump, will you disavow the white supremacists in Charlottesville? It's like, yeah, he's done it every time you've asked. He did it in the original speech that you guys edited. Will your moderate Democrats disavow this kind of behavior as they campaign in 2026 and 2028?
Every cop, every fed, shoot yourself in the head. Every cop, every fed, shoot yourself in the head.
It's mostly peaceful. It's encouraging.
They would never promote violence.
They would never promote violence.
Never.
We're just seeing this over and over and over again. There was also a leftist who threatened to assassinate an ICE agent and his entire family. Todd Blanche is saying, listen, we're not going to take this sitting down.
Family's dead. Come on. Children, your wife, all dead. Touch it. My boy, I have your face, mother. You're dead. Dead.
I listen, these people are unhinged. And if you look at his eyes, you can always see crazy in the eyes, right? Like there's too much white showing in his eyes. And that's always a tell. You see the white in his eyes? Like, you can tell by looking at the eyes the level of crazy.
Little manic.
Yeah. These people need, make insane asylums great again. These people need to be institutionalized.
Your wife, all dead. Touch it. My boy, I have your face, mother. You're dead. Dead.
You're dead, your children, your wife, your whole family, I'll kill them all. And then ironically says, I have your face. We all have his face.
Yeah, so do we. And look, that's a federal crime. And not only threatening the ICE officer, but think about how disgusting this individual is, threatening his family and his children with death. What is this man doing? He's just doing his job standing there. And so that is disgusting, that what you just showed, and we see his face. And I promise you, we will find him. And when we find him, we will arrest him, because it is a crime not only to threaten law enforcement, but not surprisingly to threaten their family as well.
I mean, at this point, there just needs to be mass arrests outside this immigration facility, right? Like outside of this detention facility, they just need to start cracking skulls. Like, and I know it sounds harsh, but they do. They need to get a fire truck out there because they keep blocking traffic, and they need to turn on that hose whenever they need to clear the road, and they need to actually do the things that would create peace amongst the chaos. And they might have to go a little hard to do it, but I think that's the only way it's through. These ICE agents are in the thick of it. We have a couple friends out there. We got our friend Bo and Gabe. They've been outside Delaney Hall for the past 2 days, right? 2 days Gabe has been out there? Yeah, 2 days. And they're going to be back. They're going to be there all weekend, but they'll be back next week, and we'll have them on the show to talk about their experience. I know that they've been with friends where their friends are getting assaulted. We saw there was a video going around. Cam Higbee, another independent journalist, I think Gabe caught it on video, and it's been going viral, where a mob just surrounds Cam Higbee and starts assaulting him. Like, these people are unhinged. These people are lunatics. These people are dangerous, and they need to be dealt with as such. Where is the accountability? And why aren't we seeing mass arrests? Well, we're starting to see it, and we'll talk about it when we get back. It's 9:31. This is Super Talk 99.7 WTN.
Good morning, Joan Jones with your top stories. And happening moments ago, a federal judge has temporarily blocked the Department of Justice from taking any further action to create, fund, or spend money from its so-called anti-weaponization fund as a lawsuit challenging it proceeds. Here's Dana Perino at Fox News.
She handed down the order, and it stops the administration from doing anything with the fund while the judge hears additional arguments. So it's not a denial of it. It's just saying, let's just take a pause here.
Yeah, those arguments are set for June 12th. Now, critics have called this a slush fund. President Trump set it up to make whole the people who were unjustly targeted by the Biden administration. The band director at White House High School is out of a job and charged with sexual contact with a 16-year-old student.
Dalton Hawkins was charged with statutory rape by an authority figure. Police saw Hawkins admitted to kissing the student at a fast food restaurant and then had inappropriate sexual contact with her inside the school.
That's Channel 4's Danielle Ledbetter. He could spend at least 8 years behind bars if convicted. And some 3,300 customers of Cumberland Electric Membership Corporation went without power yesterday. Power's back on now, though. CEMC said it was caused by a snake in the substation. Apparently not an uncommon problem, says Jeff Brooks at Duke Energy in North Carolina.
Snakes can also squeeze into very tight locations and get into small spaces. And often what they'll try to do is crawl up into equipment where it's warm or where they can get to something they're after, maybe a bird's nest.
Last year, a snake knocked out power to tens of thousands in Durham, now North Carolina, because of a snake. That is the latest news. Stick around for your weather next. I'm Joan Jones, WTN News.
Hey, what's up? It's Chris Hand here for my friend Aaron Parker over at Parker Safes and Vaults. They got some good deals cooking over there at Parker Safes. We've talked about these guys for a while. There are veteran-owned, family-run safe and vault door business right here in Middle Tennessee, and a lot of us want a safe, but we don't know where to get it. Then we got to figure out which one to get. Then we got to figure out where to put it. We got to figure out how to get it installed. Well, this is exactly what Aaron and his sons are going to help you take care of. They'll help you choose the best safe for your needs and your budget, offer advice on the best place to put it. They'll deliver it, and they'll carefully install it themselves. They have some great deals going on all weekend long. Safes from real, legit brands. Not safes that can be tipped over and pried open by a teenager. These safes are from American Security, Rhino, Liberty, Heyman, and more. So if you don't want a big box store cabinet, you want a real safe, you got to go to Parker's. Now, you should hop on their YouTube page because you can do a little bit of research there where you find a detailed video review of every safe that they have in stock. Search Parker Safes on YouTube or pick up the phone and give Aaron a call today. You'll be glad you did. 931-842-6445. That's 931-842-6445. It's Parker Safes and Vaults in Shelbyville. They deliver all over Tennessee. They'll even deliver to some other states. Shelbyville is not another country. ParkerSafes.com for more. And don't forget, when you mention the Chris Hand Show, when you buy a safe, you'll get a free pistol safe while supplies last. ParkerSafes.com.
The guaranteed offer is the simplest, least stressful way to sell your home. You go to our website, you fill out a quick form, we set an appointment, we bring you an all-cash offer. Literally, there's no lockbox on the front of your house, there's no showings, we pay all cash, we close in as little as 21 days, stress-free. We've helped thousands of homeowners just like you sell your home the hassle-free way with a guaranteed offer from Mark Spain Real Estate.
Hey, this is Pastor Al, and join us on Super Talk 99.7, Sunday evenings from 7 to 8. We're going to look at the news from a biblical perspective.
Now with Venezuela, and we just so you understand, the people of Venezuela, they say if I ran for president of Venezuela, I'm polling higher than anybody has ever polled in Venezuela. So after I'm finished with this, I can go to Venezuela. I will quickly learn Spanish. It won't take too long. I'm good at language. And I will go to Venezuela. I'm going to run for president.
.938 Super Talk 99.7 WTN. Hey, how are you? I'm Chris Hand. Show's brought to you by Better Water LLC. Water filtration systems, water softeners. Getting a lot of interesting reaction on the text line from this piece of audio.
Family's dead. Come on. Children, your wife, all dead. Put your, my boy. I have your face, mother. You're dead. Dead.
That was an unhinged leftist protester outside Delaney Hall in New Jersey at an immigration detention facility, threatening an ICE agent. Let's start with the fun take. We have a lot of law enforcement that listens to the show. We're not gonna call it his department or anything because this guy likes to remain anonymous. We refer to him as the anonymous sheriff because he's absolutely based. He said, "Put the protesters in with the illegals they're protesting for and see what happens." So yes, that would be a heck of an opportunity. That would be, you know what? You remember this show 60 Days In? Is that still on? Where they put secret undercover people in prisons that are just like regular folk, and they're like competing to see how long they can stay in there without being outed. And it's terrifying, right? Is that still running? I see you typing. Mason's typing. Imagine if we did a 60 Days In. We did a reality show like that. We put the leftists in with the people that they're protesting for, and we film it.
The show is actively airing new episodes for its latest season on A&E.
Based. And then I got another text, and he said, "That man sounds like an Israeli." What? It's Jews everywhere. They're all Jews. Actually, I don't know. I didn't hear Israeli. I heard New York. Right? Is that me?
Same thing. I'm just kidding.
Savage. I heard a New York accent. That's what I heard. He doesn't look Israeli.
I have no idea.
Family's dead. Come on, children, your wife, all dead. Touch it, my boy. I have your face, mother.
I don't know. Maybe.
You know what he is?
Le who? The her.
I said it, and I said, what? He's like, you don't know how they act or what they say? You been under a rock or just a shill? I was like, dude, I'm just not sure how you get that from an audio piece.
Yeah.
And you look at the video, I don't know, man. I don't know. He doesn't look like the stereotypical Jewish guy.
Just a dude.
Just looks like a dude.
Lost in a world of whatever he is.
I mean, like, if you're one of the people that's like, it's all Jews all the time, everywhere, like, are the Jews in the room with you right now? Like, you know what I mean? Like, show me on the doll where the Jews touched you. Like,
show me on the stack of $7,000 to the Jews touch you.
Like, and here's the thing. Like, we talked about this in the podcast last week, and Murphy had the best analogy. Where it's like, I think there's nuanced conversations about how much foreign aid we give to Israel, how much influence AIPAC has in our elections, right? I think that we can have those conversations, and I don't think that they're anti-Semitic at all. I don't think you're painting with a broad brush. I think that you can criticize the Israeli government and not be anti-Semitic, and I think that half of Israel's population criticizes their current government. So I think there's a lot of nuanced stuff. But like, if you're one of the guys that is like, everything's Jews all the time, everywhere. That's a Jew. This is a Jew. You're a Jew. I'm a Jew. He's a Jew. It's all Jews. International Jewry. Like, you actually hurt the nuanced conversations that we should be able to have. Does that make sense? Like, so Murphy had a good analogy on the podcast where we were talking about medical marijuana. And to be fair, a lot of conservatives are in favor of medical marijuana. Like, I think if you're a cancer patient or you're dealing with epilepsy, you have PTSD, you're a veteran. Like,
You
I
have
think
Parkinson's?
Yes, I think all of these things are. Why the hell would we not let you try that? Like, basically, I don't want a pot shop on every corner. I don't think it should be legalized recreationally. I don't. But I think it's a nuanced enough conversation that we should have it. But like, the people that say everything's Jews all the time ruin the nuanced conversations on AIPAC the same way that the dude weed guys ruin the medical marijuana conversation. Because every time you want to have a nuanced conversation about medical marijuana, you get the stoner that calls and he's like, dude, I've been smoking every day for the last 30 years and it's no big deal. It's like, okay, I mean, that's not what we're talking about. Yeah, I'm for it, bro. Okay, dude, weed. Okay, this is what the everybody's Jews all the time are like. Just everything's the Jews. It's all Jews. Okay, or maybe it's just unhinged leftists. Maybe we're looking at a New Yorker who traveled to Delaney Hall in New Jersey, or maybe it's just somebody from New Jersey with that accent, because they all have that accent up there, threatening to kill ICE agents. Maybe it's as simple as...
Family's dead. Come on. Children, your wife, all dead. Punch it. My boy. I have your face, mother. You're dead. Dead.
Yeah, well, he's going to be facing charges soon because, as he said to the ICE agent, I have your family. Acting Attorney General Todd Blanche said, yeah, he said, I have your face and we're going to find you. Acting Attorney General Todd Blanche said, yeah, well, we have your face as well because out of all the protesters there, he's the one that didn't have the, what is it called? Is it keffiyeh? He didn't have the little wrap around his head. He didn't have the little thing, Should have been, if you're gonna shout threats at ICE agents, cover your face. Of all the times for a liberal not to be wearing a mask, right? He probably wears one alone in his car, but he won't. When he shouts threats at ICE agents, he doesn't wear one. Well, they have his face now too.
Yeah, so do we. And look, that's a federal crime. And not only threatening the ICE officer, but think about how disgusting this individual is, threatening his family and his children with death. What is this man doing? He's just doing his job standing there. And so that is disgusting, that what you just showed, and we see his face. And I promise you, we will find him. And when we find him, we will arrest him, because it is a crime not only to threaten law enforcement, but not surprisingly to threaten their family as well.
Yeah, 100%. John in Lawrenceburg texted in. Great point. He goes, so ICE agents really don't need to wear masks after all, ... He's like, yeah, exactly. As these guys are saying, I have your face. I'm going to find you. Oh, we can't have the ICE agents wearing masks. That would be so problematic. Yeah, people are insane. Let's go to Sean in Lebanon. What's up, Sean? How are you?
Good, Chris. How you doing, buddy?
Good, man. What's up?
So, like I was telling Mason, when Todd Blanche gets him identified and charged, we know there's going to be negotiations and plea agreements. So I think part of the plea agreement should be you can go to trial, or we're setting up the octagon on the front lawn of the White House. You can go up against the ICE agent in the octagon.
You know what? Well, I feel like a lot of those guys would take the deal, and then we sell it on pay-per-view, and we can use it to raise funds for new ICE detention facilities.
There you go. Make it like a WWE old, no holds barred, no rules, no nothing. This man walks out, and I'm putting my money on the ICE agent.
Yeah, it reminds me of the meme I've seen online where it's like, hey, we'll tell illegal aliens, like, you can win your citizenship if you catch a child predator, and we'll call it Aliens versus Predator.
There you go. Take care, man. Have a great weekend.
Hey, you too, brother. Appreciate you. 615-737-9986 if you want to weigh in on the conversation. I will say this. For as much as the protesters have been unhinged, we have seen the kid gloves come off the ICE agents to a certain extent. And there's a lot of ICE agents absolutely pummeling leftists. If you're watching on the stream, we got it in the background, but you have these protesters outside Delaney Hall continuing to try and block the cars, and they're just launching these losers, and they're not messing around anymore. They're spraying them with mace. They're physically removing them from in front of the vehicles, as they should. The billy clubs, the batons are out, and we also have video of federal agents making forceful arrests, which is good. We need to see more of this, not less of this. These guys and gals, I don't want to misgender anybody, the he, hims, they, theirs, the zers, the zims, all of them, they need to be taught a lesson. If you're going to play stupid games, you're going to win stupid prizes. And I think that you need to go after all these people. But we're seeing a lot of video coming out of very forceful arrests, and we need to see more of it. This kind of stuff just can't be condoned. And if you let it go on, it's going to keep going on. And acting like we're allowing peaceful protest, it's not peaceful protest. It's not. It stopped being peaceful a long time ago. ICE agents, they're not dealing with it anymore. But this is the modern Democrat Party. This is the Democrat Party in 2026. They're rioting outside of these ICE facilities, and enough is enough. And I think that we can all agree on that. Stephen Miller dropped some major bombs on Fox News when it came to the Democrats rioting outside of the ICE facility in New Jersey.
Riots at the ICE facilities. And by the way, the rioters who obstruct federal law enforcement are being arrested, and they're being charged with felony criminal conduct, and they will do hard time in jail. But what you see, Sean, are Democrats rioting to defend pedophiles, rapists, murderers, and the scum of the earth that ICE is removing from our streets, instead of supporting the heroes of ICE and Border Patrol that President Trump has dispatched to make America safer than ever before.
Amen. I mean, we all agree. Border Czar Tom Homan also not impressed, because it's not just the protesters, it's the Democrat politicians co-signing this. And you have a lot of Democrat politicians, from senators to representatives like LaMonica McIver. You got Mikey Sherrill, the moderate Democrat governor, showing up there to defend the illegal aliens and defend the mostly peaceful protesters. You got Dan Goldman showing up. And Tom Homan is not impressed. And I don't know which is worse. Is it the protesters or is it the government officials condoning their actions?
You'll see a very well-run facility. Again, the highest detention standards in the industry, higher than any prison or federal lockup or county jail. And when I was ICE director, we spent almost $1 billion, and that was a while ago, and that was several years ago. We spent nearly $1 billion, $1 billion in health care alone. As soon as they get booked in the facility, within 48 hours, they get a full physical review. We have doctors on site, nurses on site, law libraries. As you said, 3 meals a day. And if they do have a special diet, maybe a Muslim diet, those diets are closely monitored, and they're prepared food that goes along with their religious beliefs. So these are very well-run facilities. And what concerns me, the comment by Cory Booker, he's going to work with Goldman and these other. Why not work with DHS? Right. Why not work with ICE? Should this be a partisan issue? Because once you go under and inspect these facilities, you're going to see these facilities are run very well, very humane.
No, these politicians are just doing this for political theater. They know how radical their base is. They don't want to lose any support. So having a reasonable conversation with them is not in the cards. It's 9:51. We got a lot more to get to. Anything you want to talk about, 615-737-9986. This is Super Talk 99.7 WTN. Hey, what's up? It's Chris Hand here for my friends at Busy Bee Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. It's been getting hot, and it's only going to get hotter. And if your home is not as comfortable as it needs to be, well, you need to call my friends at Busy Bee Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. Maybe, just maybe, all you need is an AC tune-up. Maybe you need to get it running at maximum peak efficiency. Well, you can get that handled. Maybe you need a new AC unit altogether. Well, if you do, now's the best time to call Busy Bee because they got some strong offers going on. Right now, you can get special financing on a new HVAC system with up to 12 months, no payments, no interest, no prepayment penalties either. And it's going to give you some breathing room as you head into the summer. And here's the bonus. If you install a high-efficiency system, 17 SEER or higher, they'll throw in a free Yeti Tundra 45 cooler. Not a bad deal at all. Now, if your AC is good and you're more focused on air quality, as we head into the hot summer months, check out their Healthy Hive package. It includes an electronic air cleaner, whole home UV system, normally about $2,800. Today, you can get it for $2,299. And they'll even handle the TVA rebates for you. So you'll save more money because of those rebates, and you don't have to handle any of the paperwork. We're talking $800 back on mini splits, $500 to $800 on heat pumps. And that AC tune-up that you might need, you can get $50 back. Doing nothing, just sitting on your hands. Busy Bee will handle the rebates. If you got plumbing issues, $300 off whole home drain reed pipes, $500 off water distribution reed pipes. So whether it's heating, cooling, plumbing, Busy Bee's got you covered. 615-775-7833. 615-775-7833. BusyBeeHVAC.com.
Hey, it's Dan Mandis from Super Talk 99.7 WTN and Nashville's Morning News. I'm here with Chris from USS, United Structural Systems. He's checking out my basement, my foundation, my crawl space to see if there's anything wrong. Fingers crossed. All right, so there's good news and there's bad news. The bad news is we found some cracks in my basement wall. The good news I've got Chris here who's going to walk me through the next steps.
Yes, so unfortunately, your house has been subject to the pressure of the dirt. The hydrostatic pressure, heavy dirt pushes on foundation walls, and you got a little bit of what we call bowing. So that wall is pushed in a little bit, but we have a lifetime warranty solution for that. So we install, usually in a day or two, this can be done in most situations, we install carbon fiber straps, which keep the wall from moving inward at any point in the future. It's a lifetime warranty for anybody that ever owns this house. So it's a quick and routine thing that we do, but it yields some long-lasting benefits.
It's a great selling point if you want to sell your house.
Absolutely. Good thing about our warranties is they're not only transferable, like the contract says, they're automatically transferred when you sell your house. So you don't have to sign any paperwork or even send us an email saying that you sold your house. Warranty would transfer to the next owner.
Up ahead here, what the U.S. is doing to keep Ebola out of the country. That story at 10 on Super Talk 99.7 WTEN.
What is it?
What station do I work for?
What is it?
It's
WTOP?
No, I would never say that.
You know better.
Yeah.
Dude.
Much different environment.
Yeah, we're more based.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Way more based. And we have the best newswomen in the business. They don't. So, I mean, that's a key differentiator right there.
Yeah.
At least,
You're kind.
Like a 9.5 out of 10, Joan.
Really? I don't get that last half.
Well, you would have been a 10 out of 10, but I just heard you say WTEN. So funny.
Every once in a while, you need a little more coffee. You know what I'm saying?
I feel you. And you're working from home today, so you don't have the benefit of Wally's Bean Machine, Wally'sBeanMachine.com.
Yes, you're right. I miss it.
I had a cappuccino this morning.
Yeah.
3 shots of espresso.
Oh, 3 shots. Jeez.
I have the energy of 1,000 men running through my veins.
You must.
I would, if Wally'sBeanMachine.com offered IV drips, I'd sign up. I would. If you want to upgrade the coffee game at your office, Wally'sBeanMachine.com. It's like, I know it sounds like a commercial, but like literally everybody around this office, we all have, we got the country station, the sports station, we got, what is it, 92Q? That's what it is?
I think so, yeah.
So we got, different ideologies, different political beliefs, different cultures and stuff, but we all agree on one thing. I guarantee you. Wally's Bean Machine.
Wally's,
We
yeah.
all love Wally's.
There was a line at the Wally's machine yesterday.
Yeah, it happens. People don't think it'd be like it is, but it do. Joan Jones, headlines on the way in less than 3 minutes. We've been talking about what's going on outside the ICE detention facility. Acting Attorney General Todd Blanche, who, listen, I'll be honest with you, I wasn't like overly sold on Todd Blanche. I'm still not like 100% there because I feel like we've been burned by so many attorney generals in the past, right? Sessions was kind of a letdown. Barr was definitely a letdown. Bondi, meh. But Blanche feels like Blanche is getting stuff done with what we're seeing with the SPLC. So when he made this statement yesterday, I believe him. He says that the violence from the anti-ICE rioters in New Jersey is not going to be tolerated. Criminal charges are 100% coming. Oh, hang on one second. Can you give me some audio, Mason? Thank you, sir.
You have no support from local law enforcement than the protesters and the rioters, which is what they are. They're rioters. They're able to back up and kind of gather up and then attack again. And so it makes it much more difficult, but it doesn't make it impossible. And we've been on the phone. We've been working on a plan. And I promise I promise you that those rioters and the violence that we saw on our streets in Jersey the last couple days is not going to be tolerated.
Good. We need to be cracking skulls and fitting individuals for silver bracelets. And just a reminder, all of these protests, these protesters, the people that they're defending inside these ICE facilities, we're talking about murderers, gang members, child rapists. And this is not an exaggeration. This is not a talking point. This is from the list that ICE released. Like, hey, you want to know who's in this facility? Here they are. Like we said, we had our friend, the anonymous sheriff, text in a little while ago. He says, I would love to see these individuals put in the jail with the people that they're protesting for and see how that works out. Do you think they would come out Republican? They might. They might. If they allow new information to change their mind, I think it would take about a week. And they'd say, I'm not sure protesting for MS-13 members was the right move. I'm not sure if that Honduran national was the guy I should have been risking my own freedom for. Probably wouldn't want him living in my neighborhood or my parents' neighborhood or anybody's neighborhood. Weird how that works out. Hey, on the way, we're going to be talking with, we're going to talk about Spencer Pratt. We'll be taking more of your phone calls, 615-737-9986. We got Dave in Nashville on the line. Dave, hang on. We'll get to your call next. Anybody else that wants to weigh in, again, the number 615-737-9986. This is Super Talk, 99.7 WTN.
Good morning. I'm Joan Jones with your top stories. Metro Nashville police searching for a second suspect to a double murder that occurred at Percy Priest Lake in April of last year.
23-year-old Jose Miguel Guardado Aguilera is wanted after two women from Alabama were found dead with multiple gunshot wounds between La Jolla Bay Apartments and Percy Priest Lake.
No, that man has ties to Alabama, and he's also a known member of the MS-13 gang. It's not clear if he's in the country legally. Firefighters continue searching in the rubble of a destroyed apartment complex outside Dallas after a reported explosion and fire sent the residents running for their lives.
Oh, there's nothing. It's gone. It's gone.
3 people, including a child, have been found dead in the debris. First responders warning there could be more victims. Dallas Fire and Rescue said they had been responding to a call regarding a gas leak at that complex. As millions of soccer fans prepare to travel to North America for the World Cup, countries are ramping up restrictions in response to the latest Ebola outbreak. ABC's Shannon Kingston has more from the State Department.
The U.S., Mexico, and Canada say they are launching coordinated travel measures aimed at preventing the spread of the Ebola virus during the World Cup. Secretary of State Rubio saying that nobody exposed to the virus will be admitted.
We cannot and will not allow any cases of Ebola to enter the United States.
The State Department is also surging more than $100 million to fight the outbreak in Africa. Shannon Kingston, ABC News, the State Department.
We've got more on those riots outside the Delaney Hall ICE facility in New Jersey from Alexis McAdams at Fox News.
More protests overnight at the ICE detention facility in Newark, New Jersey. Caught on camera, the crowd telling agents to take out their guns and kill themselves. That's something we keep hearing in the crowd.
9 rioters arrested overnight. And it was supposed to be a marquee celebration for the country's birthday in Washington, D.C. But some of the invited guests, the artists, have quit the lineup, calling it political.
The Commodores, and now Martina McBride are among at least 4 musical acts pulling out of a concert series being held in the National Mall beginning next month. The concerts are being run by Freedom 250, a group launched by President Trump to organize the nation's birthday festivities. The group claims to be nonpartisan, but some artists say they were not aware Freedom 250 was founded by the president. Martina McBride saying, "I was presented with an opportunity to perform at a nonpartisan event, but that turned out to be misleading."
That's ABC's Sophie Flay. That is the latest news. Weather's next. I'm Joan Jones, WTN News.
Remember last week with the Tylenol stuff?
Yeah.
Okay. And then Britain, they came out and they said, Don't listen to anything Trump says. You remember that?
Don't listen.
Don't listen to the orange man. Tylenol's totally safe. And then we were like, well, should we listen to Tylenol? Because they said don't take it while pregnant.
Yeah, they said that a while ago, didn't they?
Yeah. Well, I've come to a new conclusion. We don't need to listen to anything the British government says, which leads me to this headline. First cousin marriage has benefits, says NHS guidance, despite birth defect risk. First cousin marriage is linked to stronger extended family support systems and economic advantages. It's a strong family. Now, it's important to point out the real reason that they're doing this is because they've been culturally invaded by Muslims. I know. Listen, it's uncomfortable. People don't want to talk about it, but we'll talk about it. Diversity is our strength. Yikes. It's 10:06 on Super Talk 99.7 WTN. My name is Chris Hand. The show's brought to you by Better Water LLC. We appreciate you listening, however you're listening. We're available on all the apps, the FM dial, YouTube, and Rumble as well. We got a lot of video that we play on the YouTube channel. You can hear the audio that's associated with it on radio. But it does add a little something extra. If you're watching us on YouTube, hit subscribe while you're there. We got another podcast dropping tomorrow, mostly peaceful, with myself, Dan Mandis, Matt Murphy. Is Matt's missing it, I think.
Yeah, Matt's out of town today.
Matt has like the seniority here within Cumulus. So like that's how you get time off. It's years served. It's years of active duty.
Fair.
Being in the trenches. Fighting the fight. Fighting the good fight. And Matt's been doing it longer at Cumulus than anybody else, so he gets to golf a lot on Fridays.
And it's okay.
We salute him for his service. Who's filling in today?
Brian Wilson.
You know what they do? So I don't know if anybody knows this. When they're trying to figure out who's going to fill in, it's a rock, paper, scissors tournament between all the guys in the back. And Brian has been on an absolute tear lately.
Bro, you'd think they'd catch him throwing scissors.
And they think he's going to throw rock.
Because he's a tall dude. You'd think he's going to pick rock.
He does that when you do the rock, paper, he does like a half-second delay where he moves forward with the fist, and you think that he's throwing rock. And then right when it would be, too close to switch it up, he throws those scissors out, and he gets you every time.
It's a clean move.
People don't think it be like it is.
But it do.
Yep. So, Brian Wilson. I love Brian. So tomorrow we're going to be, I really do. Like Brian is one of the greatest guys you could ever meet. And you'll actually have a chance to meet him tomorrow. And myself and Matt Murphy and Dan Mandis, we're all going to be at the Glock store open house. And here's the best part. So you could win. I mean, they're giving away $50,000 worth of prizes. They're giving away a lot of guns. I'm going to be there. I'm dragging my boys in their baseball uniforms, and because we got a lot of moving parts tomorrow. But none of that is the best part. Brian is not the best part. I am not the best part. Dan, Matt, definitely not the best part. But the $50,000 worth of prizes, not the best part. Here's the best part. Cabana Wife is going to be there. And she's selling cookies.
Which is huge.
I kid you not. My kids, like, it's almost like a prerequisite. If we say, hey, we're going over to the Wilsons, or Brian, they do the squirt gun parade in Watertown, which is honestly the best parade you could ever go to.
It's really cool.
Like, if you're in the listening area and you can make it to Watertown on the 4th of July for the squirt gun parade, you have to, because it's so much fun, and they're not throwing red dye at the kids, which is fantastic. And it's the most fun that you'll ever have, because everybody, including the floats, have squirt guns, and like, you're going to get soaked, and it's just the best. So, but we're like, hey, the Wilsons invited us to the squirt gun parade again. The kids are like, yeah, let's go. And then literally the next question is, there's going to be cookies, right? There's going to be cookies.
They know their priorities.
100% there's going to be cookies, and there's going to be cookies tomorrow at the Glock store open house. Cabana Wife's going to be selling them cookies. And I tell you what, I don't know what she's selling them for, but I can already tell you it's too low of a price. Way too low.
Yeah.
I have been alive on God's green earth for 37 years. And in that time, I didn't know what a cookie was until I tasted Cabana Wife's cookies. I'm serious.
It's a force to be reckoned with.
Tomorrow at the Glock store, 10 to 2. Even if you don't like firearms, you should come out for the cookies. Even if you're anti-gun, you should come out for the cookies. Dave in Nashville has been holding on the line for a minute. Dave, thanks for holding, man. How are you?
Hey, Chris, this is your favorite Ginger down here in Tennessee, you know?
Let's go. What do you got?
Hey, I don't know. There's so much to talk about, but I appreciate you guys so much. Everybody on this channel always, able to put a smile on my face, make me laugh. You guys are getting great. But I drive from southern Tennessee to northern Kentucky about 4 or 5 days a week. And these state troopers are out on the front line. They're tip of the spear, boy. They're awesome out here on the front lines, taking care of the bad guys, and out here changing tires for people stranded. I've seen numerous state troopers helping change some tires for some women, and they're out here busting the bad guys, tracking them down. And I appreciate all the police force and state troopers out here. But one of the reasons I called is about the turkey legs. You know,
we were talking about the Renaissance Fair. Mason says he's not going for the medieval culture. He's going for the turkey legs.
Yeah, I can't get into the turkey legs. I know down here in Tennessee, they seem to like those turkey legs, but they like a lot of other things too. But I like turkey, but just not the turkey legs.
I can't get down with it either, Dave. I don't know. It's like, I get where Mason's coming from. Like, it's kind of like a thing. He wants to feel like a lord from back in the 1500s.
Yeah, you go to Paris, you go to the Eiffel Tower.
Yeah.
You go to the Renaissance Fair, you get a turkey leg.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like out in the wild. He's out there in the rough in the wild. So, the fried chicken down here in Tennessee is the best. I'm telling you, there ain't no chicken like down here in Tennessee. But that sheriff, hey, Chris, that sheriff that says, hey, just let them inside the facility, that would be wonderful. We could get some that would be very entertaining.
Yeah, you got to make it a reality show, and let's use all the proceeds for a new detention facility and another reality show. The proceeds will go to detaining more illegal aliens, leftist protesters, and building a new facility. And we'd probably have a bit more to spare.
Well, you guys are the best. I love you guys that all talk on this station. You know, you guys do a fantastic job.
Hey, we appreciate you, Dave. Thanks for listening, man. Checks in the mail for all the nice things that you said, and you're welcome to call in anytime. We have a great group of guys and gals that work here. We have a great group of guys and gal.
Just one, but
that's all we need, Joan. That's all we need.
Best.
That's all we need. I mean, you set the bar so high. Let's go to Pam in Gallatin. You're up next on Super Talk. What's up, Pam? How are you?
This is Pat.
Pat. I'm sorry, Pat. That's Mason's fault. He's still learning. I swear.
My hearing's ain't so good no more.
He's doing.
Oh, that's okay. Well, are you there?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I had heard you speak about you were a Boston Red Sox fan and you grew up with close proximity there, and it got me to thinking. I have a really good friend in Gallatin that just retired as a longtime scout of the Boston Red Sox.
No kidding.
And I didn't know if you might want to interview him. They did a big article on him in the Gallatin newspaper, but he has some killer stories.
Oh, I can imagine.
You can imagine interaction with, the famous players. And then this organization, I've always been so impressed because when he was going to retire, and he knew that, he had a lot of health problems. And I wish I had ever worked for someone like them. You would not believe the kindnesses and the benevolence that they showed him.
Really?
And then had a big, huge surprise party for him in Boston. I mean, this is a good organization, but he's really full of interesting things to say. And I just thought, well, maybe sometime when you're not on a particular subject, you might want to interview him.
Hey, no, I actually love the idea, Pat. I'm gonna put you back on hold. I'll have Mason get your info, and we'll kind of connect off the air. Sound good?
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you very much for speaking with me.
Hey, thank you for calling in. I appreciate you. Pat's on hold for you, Mason. It's Pat, Mason. It's not Pam.
I got it fixed.
Should have been done right the first time. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. So we do. We love the Boston Red Sox, and we've been obviously we're. I'm getting more and more back into baseball, and I'm living vicariously through these kids. And out of all the major sports, baseball is my favorite, 100%. So we watched on Netflix. We watched The Comeback. I don't know if you've seen this, but it's about the Red Sox and their comeback down from the Yankees, down 3-0, and it's fantastic. It is one of the best documentaries that you could ever watch on baseball. Like truly done so well. And I watched it with my oldest son. And there's some bad language. Just full disclosure. But I told him, and I was like, "Listen, we can't repeat that stuff." He's like, "Absolutely." So we watched it. He hasn't repeated any of the bad language, but he did get hit by a pitch in a game, and Pedro was notorious for targeting people that hit Red Sox players with pitches. He would go and then hit somebody else with a pitch, and he would do this like thinking man sign. And we were playing Little League, and Brooks got hit with a pitch, and when he got back to the dugout, I looked at him. I said, "You good?" And he gave me the thinking man sign. I was like, "Whoa, buddy, don't go full Pedro on him. You'll get kicked out of the league." So we didn't let him go full Pedro. But it's an awesome documentary and well worth the watch. Also well worth the watch. Spencer Pratt in Los Angeles. We are keeping a close watch on that race. I do really think that Spencer Pratt has an opportunity to become the next mayor of Los Angeles. And he has a golden opportunity because nobody else in Los Angeles is bringing the common sense that Spencer Pratt is bringing. And I think it's refreshing. I think it's refreshing for a lot of people. Whether you lean left or you lean right in Los Angeles, nobody wants to step in human feces on the sidewalk. Nobody wants to see a drug addict shooting up heroin across the street from a school. They just don't. And having somebody with the stones to say that on a national platform has created such momentum behind this campaign for Spencer Pratt. And he was on Fox News yesterday dropping more common sense bombs.
Outside of the country is because all I focus on is the truth. I'm the look around candidate. I do basics. I don't do national politics. I don't do parties. I just say, look, they're stealing all of our tax money to give it to drug addicts, to have needles and tourniquets, and they're actually even selling the drugs to these addicts to let these people die on our sidewalks. I want to be the compassionate one, get these people mandatory treatment, medical treatment with doctors to help them get off of fentanyl and super meth, and that is what people actually want in LA. As much as everybody wanted to believe the people that have been in charge, my opponents combined are at almost 10 years of their experience, they are failures. And so people want an outsider that's not a politician, that's just saying the facts, the truth. These people have failed us. They've spent all of our tax money to increase problems. And I keep it basic. And again, I never wanted to be the mayor. I just wanted somebody to tell the truth. And by telling the truth, now the people are behind me, and I will continue to speak the truth on behalf of Los Angeles for as far as they want to push me.
Yeah, and that truth is really what did launch his mayoral campaign. He was pissed off about the Palisades fire, and he was going off about the response, and that social media activism snowballed into the run for mayor. And I remember my wife, and I give her all the credit, she's been calling this from way off in the distance. When Spencer Pratt started speaking out about the Palisades fire, she's like, you got to pay attention to him. Something's going on there. And then when he said that he was going to run for mayor, I was like, I don't know. It's Los Angeles. Like, at the end of the day, it's Los Angeles. So what chances does he really have to get over that hump? And my wife was like, I don't know. She's like, I really think he has a good chance. And here we are today, and he is absolutely surging. Now, on June 2nd, they're going to hold the election. If he gets over 51% of the vote, there's no need for a runoff. Like, he theoretically could have this thing sewed up on the 2nd, and he knows it.
Sorry, can I just get that second part of the question?
Yeah, I have a feeling God wants me just to win with 51% on June 2nd, and it's over. I believe it's a low turnout election, and that's why, again, I'm on this beautiful couch to remind everybody to get your ballots in today. Don't wait till June 2nd, because we will definitely win if everyone who's as angry as me in Los Angeles just goes and votes.
I mean, and there's a lot of angry people in Los Angeles. We've talked about it. I mean, you've seen angry people fleeing the city, but there's still a lot of angry people that live in the city. And nobody wants what's happening in L.A. Objectively, one of the most beautiful places in the country. But it's been absolutely ruined by Democrats. Now, Democrats are backing Spencer Pratt. Like this, I think it's important to point out, Spencer Pratt is not a left or right candidate. And if he was a far-right extremist, the way Karen Bass wants to paint him, he wouldn't have raised as much money as he's raised. He has raised $2.72 million. To put that in perspective, Karen Bass has only raised $283,000. Did you hear that? $2.72 million to $283,000.
It's $2.72 million. Nithya, who is the progressive, she has raised $400,000, and then Karen Bass $283,000. Where are you getting the money? There are three of you in the race, and there could be a runoff. One of you has to get 50%, and this polls are not showing that anyone is close to that.
Correct. So, first off, the reason why all that money was raised, that was right after the debate. And they saw me destroy these two terrible politicians for an hour straight. And everybody realized, oh, finally somebody telling the truth.
Yep.
So that's where all the money came from. And a lot of it's from all over the country, because people forget over 50,000 people a year leave Los Angeles because it's so terrible.
First time ever. More people leaving than coming.
So these people see that I'm saying why they left. So they're trying to get me elected so they can move back. That's what people are missing. These are actually former Angelinos that got forced out of this city that Mayor Bass has destroyed. And that's why they're donating, because they want me to be mayor so they can move back, because LA is incredible when you don't let drug addicts take over the street and make moms and kids scared to go to parks or the school. This is the truth. And that's, again, it's a look around.
Yeah, that's all you need to do. Look around. And he went on to make the point that the people that are supporting him are Democrats. And it's true. We talked about it last week? The governor of the Los Angeles Lakers, the owner, Jeannie Buss, she donated to his campaign. You got tech CEOs donating to his campaign. You got a lot of celebrities stepping up and donating to Spencer Pratt's campaign.
Independent or a Democrat. Rick Caruso seems like a Republican, but ran as a Democrat. How are you running?
Yeah, thankfully it's a nonpartisan race, so I don't have to be either.
What are you?
I'm a registered Republican, but my supporters are all Democrats, because Los Angeles is all Democrats. All the people financing me are Democrats. All the meetings I take every day are Democrats. Democrats are very angry with what happened to Los Angeles. They were fed a bunch of lies by Mayor Bass, who said she was going to literally solve homelessness. She was going to do all these things she didn't do. So all of the people that put her actually in office are now behind me. So it's a nonpartisan race. There's no letter next to either of our names, because the mayor is not supposed to represent a party. They're supposed to make sure your moms are safe, your houses don't burn down, and your tax money money is going to your infrastructure, not to fund drug addicts. So thankfully, I have Republicans that love me. I have Democrats that love me. I have independents that love me. Even some socialists message me and they're like, hey, don't be so mean to us. We like you too. I'm like, sorry, I don't mess with socialists.
Right. It's understandable why this guy is gaining so much momentum, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, he's just normal. Nobody wants a hardcore right winger in Los Angeles, but he doesn't present like that at all. He presents as a concerned father. He presents as a guy that grew up in this city and has seen it fall apart around him. And this is why he's surging out in front. Now, Nithya Raman, the other Democrat in the race, who's I believe she's on the city council, she's been going after him, saying that he doesn't have the experience to be mayor. And Spencer Pratt absolutely dismantled this argument because he goes, let's talk about their experience.
Scary to me because I don't think there is there's the experience to actually deliver on results.
So that woman has had, I think, almost 5 years. She's been the chair of the homeless housing department for the last 3 years. The drug addicts that are attacking moms that are naked in front of kids, that is on her and Mayor Bass. This is a woman who fought in her own district for moms that didn't want drug addicts selling drugs, being naked in front of kids in front of the school. She's fighting them on camera, saying there's no difference between 1 foot and 500 feet to have naked drug addict encampments in front of kids. So when these people talk, you're literally listening to a lunatic.
And she's to fund the police too.
She's not even going to be a conversation. We should just focus on Bass. She, after the debate, the betting apps, she went from 65% to, I think she's at 5%. She's so irrelevant that we should just focus on Bass.
She's the one who he said, "Oh, Nithya Raman, if you want to learn something, come with me. We'll find some people underneath the freeway that want to get help and want to, go into those treatment centers like you're proposing." And you know what's going to happen. You're going to get stabbed in the neck. That's absolute savage, but it's so true. He also called out Karen Bass's experience on X. He said, when I was in my 20s, I was on a TV show. When Karen Bass was in her 20s, she was training in terrorist tactics and guerrilla warfare with communists in Cuba. Back when the LA Times was still in LA and used to tell the truth. And he attached a photo of a Los Angeles Times article from November 28th, 1983. And it says, in those documents, intelligence officers accused one plaintiff of making death threats against police officers, another of fostering racial strife, and contended that a third plaintiff traveled to Cuba to learn guerrilla warfare. Plaintiff Karen Bass, according to a 1973 intelligence document provided to the Times, traveled to Cuba with the 6th contingent of the Venceremos Brigade. The brigade trains revolutionary prone Americans in terrorist tactics and guerrilla warfare while claiming to harvest sugarcane. Bass, characterized as a brigade leader, returned from Cuba to the USA, bringing back propaganda literature. The document noted without citing the source of this information. Listen, this is what you're dealing with. These are the Democrats in power today. They're not really Democrats. They're commies with a blue coat on. It's 1026. Super Talk, 99.7 WTN.
President Trump heads to the Situation Room. We've got the latest news on that coming up here at 10:30 on Super Talk 99.7 WTN.
That's Joan Jones in the newsroom. Headlines on the way in less than a minute. I'm actually pretty surprised about this. I'm not gonna lie to you. I found somebody that is actually supporting Mayor Karen Bass in the election for Los Angeles as mayor. You know who it is? You have any idea? You're going to be disappointed.
Gavin Newsom.
No. Well,
No.
probably.
Yeah.
But you're going to be disappointed in this one, Joan.
Okay.
Samuel L. Jackson.
These are the times we need someone who understands government, who also understands the needs of the people. Someone who will go in the streets and gather the people together, not someone who will divide them. Karen Bass is that person. Karen Bass for mayor.
Looks like he's recording a hostage video.
What's with the music, too, honestly?
I don't know, but I do know that I'm tired of these snakes in L.A.
We gotta clear the snakes out of the cockpit.
Yeah, clear the snakes out of the cockpit, yeah.
Enough is enough! I have had it with these monkey-fighting snakes on this Monday to Friday plane!
That one's funnier because it's edited.
Yeah.
10:30, Super Talk 99.7 WTN.
Good morning, 10:30. I'm Joan Jones with your top stories, and it is breaking news this morning that President Trump says he is now headed to the Situation Room as he makes a final determination on the next steps with Iran. Those are his words, making that announcement on Truth Social moments ago. The president saying Iran must agree that they will never have a nuclear weapon or bomb, and the Strait of Hormuz must be immediately open with no tolls. We're going to stay on top of any developments there. Meantime, Secretary of State Marco Rubio is meeting right now with Pakistan's Deputy Prime Minister and Foreign Minister in Washington, D.C. Pakistan, of course, has served as a key mediator in the talks between the U.S. and Iran. ICE officers have launched an immigration enforcement operation in Cookeville. It's happening right now. The Putnam County Sheriff's Office says that while his deputies will remain focused on public safety, they may also communicate and coordinate with the feds when necessary. Earlier this week, ICE was in McMinnville doing a similar operation. And a soldier has been killed in a motorcycle crash in Clarksville. Police say this happened last night on Martin Luther King Parkway. The active duty soldier stationed at Fort Campbell died on the way to the hospital. The driver of an SUV also involved in that crash had to be extricated from the vehicle, but her injuries were non-life-threatening. Police are still investigating what led up to that crash. That's the latest news. Weather is next. I'm Joan Jones, WTN News.
36 minutes past the hour on Super Talk 99.7 WTN. Hey, how are you? My name is Chris Hand. Show's brought to you by Better Water LLC, water filtration systems, water softeners, betterwater.com. You can listen on all the apps, the FM dial. You can watch us on YouTube and Rumble. Hit like, hit subscribe, share the show with your friends. We got another podcast dropping tomorrow morning. Mostly peaceful, myself and Dan Mandis. It'll be worth a watch. I promise. We're gonna say some things. And then some other things that I can't tell you about yet because I don't know what they are. But I know it's going to be entertaining. It always is. The hey, how are you? You know where that comes from? That comes from my dad. That's how he used to answer the phone, the house phone back in the day. Hey, how are you? So it's just a nod.
Like in them olden days when the landline exists.
Dude, I want to get a landline. It's different. It just hits different.
I miss it.
I want to get one. There's one that you can get that will attach to your cell phones on Bluetooth. But you know, I'd want the kids to be able to answer like the house phone.
Yeah. Have multiple phones listening on each other's conversations.
Yeah, that was sick. Yep. I used to do that to my older sister.
Yeah.
You'd put your thumb over the mouthpiece so they wouldn't hear you breathing.
Yeah.
Or you'd hold it upside down.
Yeah.
Yep.
I was like, I'd listen in, especially when I knew like plans were coming up. I'd listen in on my parents' conversations and be like, are they talking about like us going to the pool next week? Or
cool. Yeah.
What are we doing?
So
I always try to like surprise. I'd be like,
catch it. You know, if there was a way to listen into the Situation Room right now, I'd do that.
Oh, absolutely. I'd be a fly on that wall.
So apparently, word on the street, President Trump, he's beelining it to the Situation Room.
Allegedly.
They're saying an Iran deal is very close, and President Trump is laying out his final conditions that people are saying are very America first, and he is on Truth Social saying that he is going to make a final determination here soon.
That are left, which will not be many. Ships caught in the strait due to our amazing and unprecedented naval blockade, which will now be lifted, may start the process of heading home. Say hello to your wives, husbands, parents, and families from me, your favorite president. The enriched material, sometimes referred to as nuclear dust, which is buried deep underground with virtually collapsed mountains caused by our powerful B-2 bomber attack 11 months ago, sitting on top of it, will be unearthed by the United States, which, it is agreed, is the only country, along with China, with the mechanical capability of doing so, in close coordination and conjunction with the Islamic Republic of Iran, plus the International Atomic Energy Agency, and destroyed. No money will be exchanged until further notice. Other items of far less importance have been agreed to. I will be meeting now in the Situation Room to make a final determination. Thank you for your attention to this matter. Interesting, because it's rare, Martha, that a president would announce going into the Situation Room to just have a discussion, but this president is keeping everybody up to speed at all times.
Most transparent in history, right? If you're watching on the Super Talk YouTube stream, you may notice that there's a live picture of the White House. Do you see that? And the stage behind it. Like, there is a massive stage set up behind the White House for their UFC fight. Like, it looks bananas, doesn't it? I was a bit distracted, I'm not going to lie. Because the stage, it looks phenomenal. That's going to be cool. Is that going to be free on TV? Does anybody know?
I don't know. I've heard it go back and forth, so I'm hoping it leans free because we're kind of celebrating freedom.
Yeah.
So it makes sense.
I'm just Googling it. No.
It's on pay-per-view.
It is not a traditional pay-per-view, but it is not free on live TV. It's going to require a subscription to Paramount Plus. Yep. Does anybody subscribe to Paramount Plus? Like, unironically?
No, I normally make an email whenever I see like a free month come up.
I saw a reel yesterday. They were like watching NFL games in 2026. They're like, "You watching the game tonight?" Yeah, I just subscribed to Wikipedia, so that's the only place you can watch it. And it's like, oh, you're watching the game tonight? It's like, yeah, but you need Delta Air Miles to sign up. They're offering flights where they go up and you get to watch it on the little TV and they just circle around while the game's on, but it's the only way to watch it.
You had to donate to the GoFundMe for Spirit Airlines again to make sure you could stream the game.
I mean, you remember when, like, cutting the cord was supposed to be, like, making things easier, and now it's all been ruined?
Yeah. We're back to flipping through channels again, except for it costs.
Dude, honestly.
Used to.
Like, TV sucks.
Yeah.
Radio doesn't. TV does.
We're here for you.
We try to be. We try. All right, so we're monitoring what's happening with Iran. Hey, man, I'm here for it. Let's get a deal that gets us to a place where we can get a longer deal, right? That's what they're saying. This would be to reopen the strait. This would be for the 60-day ceasefire extension. Essentially, it would be the memorandum of understanding that we talked about yesterday on the show that Axios was reporting, that Fox News then later confirmed, that it's 60-day extension of the ceasefire. The strait gets reopened. We back some ships out of the naval blockade and out of the vicinity of Iran. I believe that's what's going to be agreed to. This is how Fox News put it yesterday. They were reporting on the Axios stuff as well.
60-day MOE. They call it a memorandum of
MOE. Pfft. Come on.
Dan's affecting everybody here.
Yes. Did you see what somebody said?
I did.
Oh, it's terrible.
60-day MOE. They call it a memorandum of understanding.
What's that old clip we used to play from Fox News? Do you remember that one?
60-day
because we're Fox News and we suck.
MOE. They call it a memorandum of understanding between the United States and Iran. Reportedly,
I'm not. Listen, I'm not throwing stones from an ivory tower.
Allegedly.
I don't talk good neither. So
English is my first language, and I'm still learning.
It's a work in progress. I just think it's funny.
Reportedly would include, quote, unrestricted shipping through the Strait of Hormuz. President obviously very focused on that. It's an international waterway. No one can control it, says the president. They also want the United States a pledge from Iran not to pursue nuclear weapons or enriched uranium that would produce them. Also, the lifting of the naval blockade, that comes from Axios. That's what Iran wants. They want that blockade to be gone. Before we bring in retired...
So that's the MOE, the Memorandum of Understanding. Sorry, I'm just joking. So 60-day ceasefire agreement, unrestricted Strait of Hormuz shipping, no tolls, not for you, Oman, not for you, Iran. Iran removes the mines within 30 days, U.S. naval blockade lifted with conditions, and Iran pledges no nuclear weapons. I mean, that's where we're at. Some people will say this is just Iran doing Iran things. They're, again, going to lie. They're going to drag this thing out. They're going to drag their feet. They're going to use this to rebuild over that 60-day period, maybe, perhaps, but we got to figure a way out of this thing. Neither side trusts each other. I mean, I think that that's well documented, and we'll see what happens. We'll see. I'm hoping for a resolution here soon. Also, getting a fury of texts about people saying Paramount Plus is actually super legit, and I'm just wondering, are these real people or are these bots? At least I was wondering that. Dave, our favorite Hebrew, he said he loves Paramount shows. Taylor Sheridan shows Landman, Mayor of Kingston, Tulsa King, and Dutton Ranch. All great. Haven't seen one of those.
Those reality shows?
I don't know. I don't think so.
I don't know.
Landman. With the power to land. I don't know. Is it? I have no idea.
Put my plane down anywhere.
I don't have any idea. Mayor of Kingston? I don't know. I don't know what these shows are. I don't know. I'm probably not going to watch them, Dave.
Sorry, man.
I'm not even sorry about it. Jeff also said he subscribed to Paramount Plus just for Fire County, Landman, and CIA.
You get exclusive access to the CIA. You subscribe to Paramount Plus.
Joke's on you. The CIA monitors me for free. So, yeah, I don't know. I'm not doing Paramount Plus.
You have to ask them a question once a month when you renew your renew your subscription. See? First language.
See, Nelson with a much more reasonable take. He said all streaming shows are gay and demonic.
I can understand that.
Listen, I would much quicker lean towards Nelson's position than I would towards Dave's position.
I mean, look at Netflix trying to zero in on one household.
Dude, Netflix is the craziest.
Hate them.
Not a fan.
What is it? Like $35 now for a basic subscription with ads?
Yeah, I don't know.
Burn it down.
Everybody's like, who's Taylor Sheridan?
I have no idea.
I have no idea.
I want to look it up, but I also, living in ignorance is kind of fun.
Yeah, I part of me is interested because I'm getting a lot of texts like, Taylor Sheridan shows are the best, says 7678. But it's like, okay, so part of me wants to look into it, and then the other part of me wants to just be completely counter that and be like, I'm not even going to Google that person.
They're not even worth my time.
I don't even want to look.
You know, you probably get obsessed if you...
5194 said they're Yellowstone spinoffs. Are they all Yellowstone spinoffs?
Oh, interesting.
I thought Yellowstone fell off.
Yeah.
Everybody said and I didn't watch that either, and I won't.
It's probably why they made spinoffs, because the original was falling off.
I wouldn't even watch it.
I heard it was good, but I respect the cowboy genre.
I'm not a spinoff guy.
But I'm not a spinoff guy.
Actually, no. The last great spinoff was Laverne and Shirley. Prove me wrong.
That's fair.
Mork and Mindy.
Good show.
Also a spinoff.
Yep.
I don't know. Landman and Tulsa King are not related to Yellowstone, says Trevor. Oh, good. I still won't watch them.
Still won't. No Paramount Plus for me.
I don't know. I can't. I don't want to.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
I don't have time either. Like, the time that I actually spend sitting down watching TV, it's very limited. And it's news.
Yeah, it's mainly during show prep.
Like, I just don't have the time. Do you know how many kids I have? You think I'm going to sit down and watch Paramount Plus? I will say this: the most amount of TV I actually do get, just to be real, the most amount of TV I actually get is Real Housewives. And I know y'all will make fun of me, but it's I get Real Housewives in the background while I'm doing show prep. My wife will watch her Real Housewives, and then I will occasionally chime in. I'll be like, "That's crazy." I'll just say things like, "Whoa, I can't believe she said that," and it just seems like I'm in it, but I'm really doing show prep. But do you know what's the craziest thing? Do you want to know something insane? Real Housewives of Rhode Island is a new one, which it's sick. I'm not gonna lie, because it's all these women that are just have the craziest Boston accents, and they're screaming at each other, calling each other slam pigs, which is hilarious. It's like an insult I hadn't heard since I was in middle school, growing up in Massachusetts. But dude, I know one of the husbands on Real Housewives of Rhode Island. We used to work together.
Interesting.
At Kiss 108 in Boston. Rich was the producer of the morning show, Maddie in the Morning.
Yeah.
And we used to cross paths in the hallway all the time. He also is he moonlights as a Frank Sinatra cover singer. I kid you not, dude. He's the craziest guy.
That's perfect for a reality show.
And he's the husband of one of the housewives. So he's the house husband. He's the husband. He's the first dude. And I know Rich. And I didn't know he was on the show. I had no idea. I follow him on Instagram, and I saw him at some red carpet thing for the Real Housewives, but I didn't put two and two together because I knew he worked in Top 40 radio. So I was like, maybe they flew him out for that or something. That's cool. Good for Rich. And then my wife was watching it, and just the new one. And I was like, holy crap, is that Rich? And she's like, what do you mean? I was like, I know him. I worked with him.
I know that guy.
I know him. And his wife is probably the most based.
Nice.
Yeah. That's
a win-win.
That's all I got for TV. Other than that, I don't have anything. And that's the extent of my knowledge. I don't even know his wife's name. Yeah. I'm sorry.
Chris thrives on show prep and sending memes at 12 a.m.
Dude, I send so many memes.
I got hit with 8 last night before bed. It's you're still up? And he's like, yeah.
Dude, I sent you some good ones last night.
There were some good ones, yeah.
Find me on Instagram if you. I still need to make
that group chat.
I still need to make a group chat of all the 99.7 listeners that I'm going to send the most offensive memes to. If you want in on it, find me on Instagram. Listen, I will do my best. I've promised this a couple times. I will do my best to make that group chat this weekend where we can all share offensive memes together.
You guys can talk about them at the Glock store.
We should. Glock store open house tomorrow, 10 to 2. Mason with the plug. It's going to be sick. Myself, Matt Mandis, Matt Murphy, Dan Mandis.
Same person.
Dan Murphy, Matt Mandis, Brian Wilson. We're all going to be in attendance.
Vanna wife.
We want you there as well. Brian Wilson's bringing her cookies. 10 to 2 tomorrow at the Glock store. It's going to be sick. 10:51. Super Talk 99.7 WTN.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's Matt Murphy with Super Talk 99.7 WTN, and this morning we are out and about at my house, my brand new house that I've been talking about on the radio, with Nate from USS. What's up, brother? How are you?
I'm excellent. How about you?
I'm doing well.
Good.
We invited Nate out. Now, obviously, when you're a new homeowner, especially when you buy a house that's got a few years on it, you don't know what you're dealing with in terms of foundation. And I know that Nate knows a lot more about what I don't see and what I don't know about than I do. So bring the experts out and get them to check out your house. Hey guys, Matt Murphy again with Nate with USS, and Nate has just wrapped up kind of a look at the house. And Nate, what'd you find?
Well, your house is in pretty good shape for the age of it. I had to look pretty hard to find.
Okay.
Your house being on a slope like it is here, I think we could do a lot of good by trying to terminate your downspouts a little further from the house there.
Okay.
Roof water is the killer of foundations, and so if we can just get it to a positive grade to drain away from your house, I think that's real cheap insurance.
You want to kind of get it out and downhill.
That's right. Yeah.
That's
So
the idea.
make sure that it doesn't come right back down towards the foundation walls and causing issues, settlement or leakage.
Now, if folks are watching this video and they are like, we need to get Nate out to the house to do a look. I mean, it took, I watched you do it. It's, 30, 45 minutes, something like that.
Yeah.
To do a comprehensive kind of an examination around the house. And they just give you a call and schedule?
Yeah, absolutely. You can call our main phone number, or you can call reach USSTN.com and schedule right through the website there. Our girls in the call center will get back to you just about immediately, as long as it's during business hours. So
this just makes a lot of sense, folks, for you guys to do an examination of your house like we've done, to check it out. I'm going to get those gutters done with Nate and his team at USS, and then we'll do a video and let you know how those look at the end of all of this. So thank you, guys.
Hey, that'd be great.
We appreciate you, brother.
Matt, we appreciate you.
President Trump says the U.S. naval blockade will be lifted. Ships that are stuck in it can now start heading home. He says he is in the Situation Room to make a final determination on Iran. We'll see how that shakes out coming up at 11 on Super Talk 99.7 WTN.
That's Ken Weaver in the newsroom. I just remembered why I haven't made the offensive meme chat on Instagram yet. at ChrisHandOnAir. Follow me. It's because, all right, so I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it this weekend, I promise. Okay? Just send me a message that you want in the group. Please, at ChrisHandOnAir, if you want in the meme chat. Because here's what I have to do. So I have to go in, right? And then you got to make a new group chat. And then you got to start adding people, but it's like it only gives you 20 people suggested. And then you got to type in each name. So I'm going to go through. I'll do it by hand. I will. Like, I'll write down your username so that way I can type it in and search you and boom, add you to the group chat. But, like, the immediate people that I see, I'm not sure that they would want in on the offensive meme chat.
Probably not.
Like I mean, listen, I could be like, hey, on Faust, here's a meme I found. I don't know if she would respect it the same way you guys would. I think she, please. I mean, we're gonna get some. Please remove me from this chat.
Cease and desist letters.
We're gonna get some leaving the so and so left the group. I'm gonna do my best. So if you want in, at ChrisHandOnAir, I'm gonna. Here's what I'm gonna do. Send me the message. I'm already getting a few in. I'm gonna leave them unread so I don't forget you. And then tonight or probably tomorrow night, I will go through with a pen and pencil, and I will write down all of your usernames, and I will add all of you to the group chat. But there's one condition. Don't be salty. Like, everybody's going to get offended.
Send the eating goldfish one first.
The eating goldfish one?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. So there's a guy. So one of the new trends on Instagram, these guys are wearing the Ray-Ban glasses that record, but they've eliminated the LED that lets you know they're being recorded.
Yeah, they put a little piece of tape on it, or they paint over it or something.
So there's this guy that goes in to a pet. It's like a PetSmart.
Yeah.
Black guy. But he throws on like a fake, thick African accent, and he talks with broken English, and he acts like he's going to be eating the goldfish. And everybody loses their mind.
Like, the entire store gangs up on him, not just employees.
The entire store, like, surrounds. They're pets. You can't eat them. He's like, I eat the fish.
How would you prepare?
How would you prepare these? They're like, no, sir, you're not allowed to do it. And then he does some other ones where he goes in, and I think I sent you this one too. It's so funny. He'll go into like a Dollar General, and he'll remove 2 hot dogs from a package, and he'll remove 2 pieces of bread from a package, and then try to buy them. And he's like, yes, I pay for these now. Thank you. And they're like, no. And then he'll pull out foreign money and try to pay with that.
And not even, oh man.
Dude, it's so funny. I saw one, he went in, and he's like, he had 3 eggs and 2 pieces of bread. He's like, thank you.
Just setting the cash on the counter, walking away.
It's so good. It's so good.
Whenever he said, how do you prepare, somebody should have said, with a cracker. And thrown him a box of saltines. Or actually a sleeve.
Yeah.
We're going to have a lot of fun. I already know that, like, people have a picture in their mind, right? Of what level of offense I can bring it to. You're not prepared.
No.
Ask Mason.
Yeah. No joke.
There are some
Jumped
that
a little bit from last time.
There are some that Mason doesn't even respond to. I'm like, all right, I know where Mason's threshold is. Like, just full disclosure, like, I'm probably not going to add Mason to the chat.
It's either that or I don't know how to respond to some of these.
It's like, thanks for sending, Chris.
It's like, here, let me read the response I said to one of them last night, real quick. Yeah. Chris sent me one that said, nailed it. And I said, I actually jumped out of my chair from this one. Was not expecting that.
Yeah. I'll send them without context. You got to figure it out for yourself.
Yeah. You got to watch it, figure it out.
The guy, though, with the hot dogs. Oh, he's so good. I'm such a fan of creativity. And that's creative.
And it's trolling to the max.
Oh, my gosh. It's so good. At ChrisHandOnAir, follow me. Somebody texted 7456. Chris, I'm sure Jesus is proud of you. Oh, gosh. For laughing. I'm not allowed to. Don't you know?
God has a sense of humor.
The 11th commandment was thou shalt not laugh. 11 o'clock, Super Talk, 99.7 WTN.
I'm Ken Weaver with your top stories. Full forecast coming up in 5 minutes. Iran. President Trump on Truth Social says he's going to be meeting in the White House Situation Room, quote, now to make a final determination regarding Iran. He posted, Iran must agree that they will never have a nuclear weapon or bomb. The Hormuz Strait must be immediately open. No tolls for unrestricted shipping traffic in both directions. All water mines, if any, will be terminated. Trump also suggests the U.S. will unearth and destroy Iran's enriched material, which he said is buried deep underground after the bombing of Iran's nuclear facilities last year. And Trump says no money will be exchanged until further notice. Other items of far less importance have been agreed to. So now we're waiting for what happens after the Situation Room. Meanwhile, the ceasefire doesn't appear to be holding between Israel and Hezbollah in Lebanon. We get more from ABC's Ian Pannell.
We've seen strikes in Beirut. We've seen strikes elsewhere against Hezbollah. Israel insists it's only striking Hezbollah targets, but the Lebanese authorities have repeatedly pointed to evidence suggesting that first responders and civilians have also been killed in some of these strikes. And Israel's not really making any bones about it. We've had the IDF today talking about expanding operations.
Yeah, Israel Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu revealed that he aims to control 70% of the Gaza Strip. And as millions of soccer fans prepare to travel to North America for the World Cup, countries are ramping up restrictions in response to the latest Ebola outbreak. ABC's Shannon Kingston has more from the State Department.
The U.S., Mexico, and Canada say they are launching coordinated travel measures aimed at preventing the spread of the Ebola virus during the World Cup. Secretary of State Rubio saying that nobody exposed to the virus will be admitted.
We cannot and will not allow any cases of Ebola to enter the United States.
The State Department is also surging more than $100 million to fight the outbreak in Africa. Shannon Kingston, ABC News, the State Department.
That's the latest news. Weather's next. I'm Ken Weaver, WTN News.
It's 11:06 on Super Talk 99.7 WTN. My name is Chris Hand. The show is brought to you by Better Water LLC, water filtration systems, water softeners, betterwater.com. I got a text from somebody, Keith. Keith texted and he said, "What's the address of the Glock store?" I'm assuming, and I know you, and you assume you make an ass out of you and me. But I'm assuming it's because Keith wants to show up to the open house tomorrow. 10 to 2. It's going to be sick. Somebody else said, did Chris's kids teach him the word sick? It's like, I've been saying sick since the early 2000s. What are we doing here?
Bringing it back.
Since the double O's, I've been saying it. So,
double
what? That's what they call it. That's what the kids are calling it. We were doing that in the double O's, baby.
The double O's, baby. The double lots.
What kids are saying that, Chris?
Okay, well, that one... You're going to fact check me on the air? Is that what we're doing today?
Yeah, just a little bit.
I had a point. Anyway, the open house is going to be sick. I've been saying this since the double O's. Has nothing to do with the kids. I'm telling you. But Keith wanted to know the address. I'm getting to the address, Keith. I promise you. The Glock store open house is tomorrow from 10 to 2. Myself, Brian Wilson, Dan Mandis, Matt Murphy, Cabana Wife with a stack of cookies. We're all going to be, we're all going to be in attendance. I told everybody, you haven't had cookies until you've had Cabana Wife's cookies. You're not, and you know what? After you have them, you won't have cookies again until you can get those again.
Yes, sir.
That's how good they are. Keith is still waiting for the address. 1930 Air Lane Drive, Nashville, Tennessee, 37210. 1930 Air Lane Drive. Or, as some like to say, minutes from the airport, worth the drive from anywhere. I am one of those that likes to say that. It's going to be fun, man. We're really looking forward to it. The guys at the Glock store do a great job. There's going to be some great speakers there. $50,000 worth of gear to give away. I'm bringing, Murphy calls them the Killer Bees, Brooks and Bishop. They're going to be in attendance. They're going to be decked out in their sports uniforms because we're flying out of there. We got flag football followed by playoff baseball. Did I tell Ken, did you hear my playoff baseball story last night?
I did not.
So young Brooks.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm not the dad that harps on, like, you know how some dads really get into it? Like, oh, you should have caught that.
Yeah.
Like, yes. I don't harp on that. Like, I don't care. Like, I just want him to have fun. But I do take umbrage with striking out looking.
Oh.
Strike out swinging if you're going to strike out.
Yes, sir.
Because baseball, when you're doing baseball, you're learning really how to manage failure. Yes, sir. Because if you fail 70% of the time, you can be in the Major League Baseball Hall of Fame. Like, so if you're playing baseball, you are learning how to deal with failure. So like, I just don't want him to strike out looking. I want him to strike out swinging. Deal with failure, trying your best.
At least at least try.
So I came up with a really good idea. I said, Brooks, here's the deal. If you swing and you hit it, I'm going to give you $50. Mm-hmm. And you put the ball into play, you're going to get $50. And he goes, well, what if I put the ball into play and they throw me at it first? And I was like, I'll give you 25. And I'm just trying to coax him into swinging, right?
Right.
So last night, the first one he hits a line drive to the shortstop who throws him out at first. But he came out with a big smile on his face. He's like, $25. And I was like, so it's like, it's already working, right? Like, it's already working. Like, he's like, there was something good in it. Then the next time he was up to bat, he hit an inside the park home run. Oh, it was the first time he's ever done it. He got an RBI too, and he came back out. He's like, that's $75. And I was like, man, I'm really gonna have to start rethinking this quickly. Yeah, exactly. Ironic party horn. Exactly. So, but yeah, so Bishop's first playoff game is tomorrow, and then we're in the playoffs, baby. We're going for it. It's fun, man. I love the little league stuff. It's honestly the best part about being a dad. This stuff.
That's the way to go, brother.
And then Kennedy this weekend. That's the other best part about being
Kennedy.
A dad. She's starring in Matilda all weekend long at Patterson Park in Murfreesboro.
All right.
Tickets still available. I would tell you the website, but I'd have to ask my wife. So Google it. But it's with Inner Light Theater, Matilda, and it's gonna be a really good show. The kids have been putting in a lot of work, and we salute all the hard work from all the performers. And so we got a lot of fun this weekend. I mean, that on top of the Glock store open house, I'm gonna be busy. I feel like my weekends are quickly becoming busier than my work week.
Yeah, you got a busy weekend, brother Chris.
Man.
I mean, between the Glock store, baseball, Kennedy's show.
We might even squeeze in Bed Bath & Beyond, but only if we have time.
You might squeeze in a dinner. somewhere.
Only on Bed Bath. Only if we have time.
Yeah.
I mean, the good thing is water and ice is portable.
Water and ice. If you don't hit like and subscribe, the kids aren't going to have enough food to get through these activities. So subscribe to us on YouTube. We appreciate it. There's a lot to get to, and not a lot of time. We're quickly running out of time. Scott Bessent, you know what he did yesterday? He absolutely became the best gay press secretary we've ever had. It was a title that was held by Karine Jean-Pierre undisputedly for quite a while until Scott Bessent got up there. I know he doesn't ever lead with the gay stuff because he really focuses more on merit. And what does being gay have to do with doing a good job? Absolutely nothing. But I think it's funny to point out. He's following in the footsteps of Rubio and Vance, who have also been filling in for Caroline Leavitt while she is on maternity leave. And they said to Mr. Bessent, they said, does this mean that you're going to be running for president in 2028?
You're following in the footsteps at the podium there of Secretary Rubio and Vice President Vance. There's been quite a lot of talk about their possible presidential ambitions. Does your presence here today indicate that we might see you running in 2028?
No, I think it just means they've run out of things on the food chain.
It means we're down at the bottom. We're running out of options. It means all of us want Caroline Leavitt back immediately. That's what it means. That's Scott Bessent. He was also asked about the DOJ weaponization fund, which we're also getting some updates on today. The DOJ weaponization fund is going to give $1.776 billion, 1776. I thought it should have been 1782. That was the year that Washington decided he wasn't going to be the king. He was going to be the president. I thought that might be a little bit more base, but the $1.776 billion. And Scott Bessent, he said that President Trump knows what it's like to deal with weaponized Department of Justice. He had to deal with it for 10 years, and he understands what the harassment is like and what the weaponization is like from federal and state government actors, and that's what this is about.
Thank you for the question. This is going to be the only question I'll take on this matter today. So there's ongoing litigation, so it'd be inappropriate for me to comment. President Trump is a great American who has endured more than 10 years of nonstop harassment and weaponization from the federal and state government actors. A bad actor at the IRS leaked more than 400,000 tax returns, including the Trump family, all the employees, and that's how we got here now. No American should be targeted for political reasons, and every citizen deserves fair treatment and full protection of the law. The Department of Justice represented Treasury and the IRS in this matter, and I'm going to have to refer any questions to Acting Attorney General Todd Blanche. So
that's where we're at as of yesterday. Today we got a new update just about a couple hours ago where a activist liberal judge did what activist liberal judges do and has said, you're not actually allowed to do that because I am a liberal activist judge who's also a woman, and you're going to respect my authority.
Go through Newark or JFK or all of the airports around us might like that idea. I think it's not going to go over too well with most of the residents in those states. Indeed. Let me get you this breaking news now. A federal judge in Virginia temporarily blocking the president's nearly $1.8 billion fund for victims of government weaponization, and that's how he described it. U.S. District Judge Leonie Brinkema, I hope I'm saying this correctly, she handed down the order, and it stops the administration from doing anything with the fund while the judge hears additional arguments. So it's not a denial of it. It's just saying, let's just take a pause here. The Justice Department had announced the fund last week as part of an agreement to settle the president's lawsuit against the IRS. So that breaking news this morning, just a pause until the other judge rules on it altogether.
Yeah, but liberal judges doing what liberal judges do. The judge ordered the DOJ not to take any action to even set up or operate the fund. I'm sick of liberal judges sticking their nose where they don't belong, and I'm over it. And while this is probably going to be ironed out and forgotten about in a week, as this will go on as scheduled, it's still a bit infuriating. It's just like, do what you need to do. Like, come on. This isn't in your purview. So kick rocks, honestly. Todd Blanche was talking about it yesterday as well. And Todd Blanche says that this needs to be here. The way that they weaponize the Justice Department, against so many is just disgusting, and nobody is impressed with it, and we're over it. So liberal judges, they don't tend to agree. That's the latest on that. Again, Scott Bessent was in the White House press briefing room. He was also asked, what do you think about Donald Trump saying he doesn't care about midterms? That's the new one. Remember when they said Donald Trump says he doesn't care about Americans' financial status when it comes to negotiating with Iran? And this is, again, the liberal media is spinning this one up. We didn't even really address this one much. I think maybe Murphy or Mandis talked about it. I didn't. I know I didn't. We talked about the original comment where he's like, they said, how much does Americans' financial situation play into your negotiations with Iran? He said, not at all. I don't think about it at all. And then the same question was posed to him about the midterms, and he said, not at all. Like, and this is important. Iranian media is hanging on. Iranian media, Iranian leadership, these negotiators, these officials, they're hanging on every word President Trump says. And if he shows any little bit of weakness, they're going to pounce on it. If he says, well, we got to get it done quick because we got to win midterms, well, then Iran knows that they have leverage. Iran knows that there's a line in the sand that if the closer they get to midterms, the more pressure is going to be on the president. So it behooves him to say publicly, I'm not thinking about that at all. I'm thinking about making the right deal. And if you think about this with any bit of common sense, it makes perfect sense. Many people don't have common sense. Scott Bessent was asked about the midterms comment yesterday while he was filling in for Caroline Levitt.
The midterm election will hinge on the economy. What did you think about President Trump's comments in the cabinet meeting yesterday saying he didn't care about the midterms?
So you're calling President Trump a statesman? You're saying that he is taking a statesman-like position, that he has a core belief, and he believes that the most important thing is for Iran never to have a nuclear weapon. So I believe both things can be true, that we can do well in the midterms, that we perhaps have the makings of a deal here, and I believe that, and look, the economy, that it is challenging now, but unemployment is still low, tax refunds were high, and consumer spending is still quite high. So in my private business over the years, I always looked at what were consumers doing, not what they were saying. And I'm in constant contact with the banks, and every income quintile is still doing well.
I love how he flips it on the reporter. You're trying to attack President Trump, but what you're calling him is a statesman, which is something inherently good, widely viewed as a positive. Somebody who's worried about doing the right thing because it's the right thing, not somebody who's doing something because it's politically advantageous. And the way he flipped it on that reporter was masterclass, because you can hear her choke up. It's like, damn. He got me. Yep, he did. Another reporter asked about the tentative 60-day ceasefire extension and a continuation of nuclear talks, which we have understood as of today that the president is now in the Situation Room discussing this memorandum of understanding, which could be signed as quickly as this weekend. It looks like President Trump is going to be staying in D.C. all weekend long, looking over this plan. We could hear something as soon as this afternoon. Full disclosure, and I hope that we do. But Scott Bessent was asked about it about the tentative 60-day ceasefire yesterday during the press briefing.
That there is a tentative deal that has been agreed for a 60-day extension of the ceasefire and then a continuation of nuclear talks.
Again, it's always a mistake to get out ahead of the president, so it is all going to be the president's decision. I think that we can see that the president very clearly stated his three: the open the strait, highly enriched uranium, no nuclear program. So
those things are a temporary deal right now.
So that's Scott Bessent yesterday saying, like, I'm not getting out in front of the president. And a lot of people want to get out in front of the president, but he's been consistent on what he says when it comes to a deal, and he's still holding true to those principles. On the way, the two most interesting things that I caught from the White House press briefing yesterday. One from Scott Bessent directly. One involves Antifa, and the other involves a central bank digital currency. Both are fascinating. I'll bring them to you next. It's 11:21. This is Super Talk 99.7 WTN.
We're waiting to see what's next after President Trump posted on Iran to Truth Social. We'll tell you about it at 11:30 on Super Talk 99.7 WTN.
That's Ken Weaver in the newsroom. My name is Chris Hand. Headlines on the way in less than 5 minutes here on Super Talk 99.7 WTN. We got a lot to get to, and I got these two comments from Scott Bessent that are absolutely fire. He mentioned two things that really made a lot of people perk up in their seats yesterday during the White House press briefing. The main one was central banking digital currency, which we'll get to in a moment. But another one was on Antifa. Scott Bessent revealed that a major investigation has been going on behind the scenes into the funders of Antifa, and that it's all about to come out and hit the fan. And I'm very excited about this because I believe that a lot of what we're seeing outside the ICE facility in New Jersey, Delaney Hall, I think a lot of those losers in the crowd are Antifa. We've seen a lot of Antifa violence across the country. I have friends that have experienced Antifa violence, and I'm sick of it. And I think if we really threw the full weight of the federal government behind it, we could have already cleaned it up. But this was Scott Bessent on Antifa funders.
On that investigation, how close are you guys finding out who's funding it?
It is ongoing. We made substantial progress, and I think in the weeks and months ahead, we're going to have a lot to report. One thing that did go the underreported that I would point out to all of you is the IRS is now giving guidance on the Form 990, which nonprofits they have to file. And we are going to encourage or demand that nonprofits know their grant recipients. So if a grant recipient...
So the main point there, he said, in the coming weeks and months, this investigation is going to bear a lot of fruit. And I would hope that it would come out faster, but the wheels of justice, they turn slowly. But the fact that he's acknowledging it, it does give me a bit of hope. And I think that this Justice Department is, they're ready to start putting some points on the board here. Another one that really did make a lot of people's eyebrows raise, and it's made a lot of people nervous, central banking digital currencies. And I think the fear behind the digital currency is just the ability to shut your currency off. So nobody really wants a central banking digital currency. Scott Bessent said yesterday that there is going to be no central banking digital currency under President Trump.
Digital currency. A lot of our viewers are increasingly worried that digital currency could one day be used to track people's spending or limit personal freedom. What's your philosophy on that, and what safeguards is the Treasury and this administration putting in place to make sure new digital payment systems protect Americans' privacy and freedoms in the future?
Well, so this administration has been very clear. There will be no central bank digital currency, which I think would be the first step toward tracking. So we have taken that off the table. We've passed stablecoin legislation with bipartisan, and the Clarity Act is now up on the hill, and I think it has bipartisan support. And the most important thing we can do is to make digital assets come into the United States, make the U.S. the home. Our regulation, our best practices are what will ensure good standards for these. When you look at digital assets, all the nonsense that happens, all the things you read about, that's because it's the wild, wild west offshore, so we got to bring it on shore. So I would encourage the House and the Senate to get clarity done.
No central banking currency under President Trump. Listen, I think that is a big deal, and nobody really wants it. You want the option to have digital currency should you want that in your portfolio. Bitcoin, I don't know what the other ones are. But you want the option to have it. Bitcoin's fallen off a cliff lately. Have you seen that?
No, I haven't.
It's been trending downward for a while. But they, buy the dip, right? It seems like Bitcoin always bounces back.
Yeah, it skyrockets pretty quick.
I don't understand it, to be perfectly honest with you. I'm not the digital currency guy. I do understand how easily it would be for them to turn it off. If they wanted to, if they found out that you were a dissident of the state. And let's be perfectly honest, it's already easy for them to freeze your bank accounts. Unless you got cash in the closet and under the mattress. We saw what they did to the truckers in Canada. They can already shut your stuff off. They can already debank you. But this would just make it one step closer to it being way easier and way more surveillance on your stuff. But if you're only using with a debit card, They can pretty much track everything you're doing anyway. Full disclosure. It's 11:30. Super Talk 99.7 WTN.
I'm Ken Weaver with your top stories. Got the full forecast in 5 minutes, and we're waiting to see what's next. After President Trump posted to Truth Social, he's meeting in the Situation Room to make a final decision on Iran. He says ships caught in the strait can start going home. Now that he says the U.S. is lifting the naval blockade and the U.S. will be collecting all of the so-called nuclear dust left after the B-2 bombing last year of Iran's underground bunkers. He also says Iran must agree that they will never have a nuclear weapon or bomb. The Hormuz Strait, he says, must be immediately open. No tolls for unrestricted shipping traffic in both directions. All water mines, if any, will be terminated. Meanwhile, oil prices are on track for their biggest monthly drop in 6 years, offering some relief at the pump. Gas prices have fallen about 17 cents from recent highs, though they remain significantly higher than before the Iran conflict began. Right now in Middle Tennessee, Gas Buddy putting the average at $4.08. That is down 15 cents from last week. And today, former Attorney General Pam Bondi in a closed-door interview with members of the House Oversight Committee over her handling of the release of the Epstein files and how the Department of Justice under her watch oversaw what would be released and what wouldn't. Here's ABC's Catherine Faulders.
What stood out to me in her opening statement is saying that she didn't oversee it, that it was delegated to Deputy Attorney General at the time, Todd Blanche, who, of course, had a team of reviewers. But at the end of the day, she oversaw the Justice Department. She was the Attorney General. So how does she answer questions about her role, her oversight in that, and frankly, why the process, some would say, was a mess since the start. When they originally said they were going to release the documents, then they said that they weren't going to, which was almost a year ago at this point. Then they reversed course.
That's the latest news. Weather is next. I'm Ken Weaver, WTN News.
36 minutes past the hour on Super Talk 99.7 WTN. Hey, how are you? My name is Chris Hand. The show is brought to you by Better Water LLC, water filtration systems, water softeners, betterwater.com. Heading into the weekend, it's exciting. This just felt like a long 4-day week. It's a very long 4-day week.
Very, very busy.
It's very busy. Dan's texting me. He's like, Daily Mail has an article. This is Daily Mail, Trump nuclear deal, posted 6 minutes ago. So I texted Dan back. I said, do you have a link? Because I'm like Googling it. I'm trying to figure it out. And I don't know. The Daily Mail website never works for me the way it works for Dan. And he's like, it's posted 6 minutes ago. But it's basically what we've been reporting.
Yeah.
Trump is in the Situation Room. It says, breaking news. Trump rushes into Situation Room as Iran faces nuclear reckoning. I found it. Dan didn't send me the link. I had to do it on my own. It's like, you got to get on this. Send me the link. All right, I'll find it. Donald Trump has announced the Situation Room to make a final determination on striking a nuclear deal with Iran. You love how they do the headline, right? So the headline, if you're on the main page, it's like they make it seem like Trump is going to launch a nuclear weapon. Did you put that on the screen on YouTube? Yeah. Like, it's so clickbaity. Trump rushes into Situation Room as Iran faces nuclear reckoning. And then they put an explosion. And then Trump sitting in the cabinet meeting or the Situation Room, wherever he's sitting, looking very upset. He's looking very angry. But it's not like we're going to launch a nuke at them.
No.
I wouldn't be opposed. I'd be like, meh, all right. Let's just get through it. But it says basically the same news that we've been reporting on the Memorandum of Understanding. Trump has announced he's in the Situation Room to make a final determination on striking a nuclear deal with Iran. He said, I'll be meeting now in the Situation Room to make a final determination. Trump posted on Truth Social Friday, 3 red lines before a deal could be struck. Iran must vow never to pursue a nuclear bomb, hand over its enriched uranium, and reopen the Strait of Hormuz. Again, these are the same demands that have been there for what feels like weeks. Trump announced that the amazing and unprecedented naval blockade imposed on Iran was now being lifted and told stranded crews they could start heading home to their families. Say hello to your wives, husbands, parents, families. For me, your favorite president, Trump wrote. Oil futures nosedived. Global benchmark Brent crude falling to $92 per barrel. President said underwater minesweepers had already destroyed numerous water mines in the area and demanded Iran remove or detonate any that remain. Trump said Iran's nuclear dust buried under mountains after U.S. bombing raids would be unearthed and destroyed by American troops in coordination with the regime and International Atomic Energy Agency. No money will be exchanged until further notice, Trump noted after the New York Times on Friday reported that the deal refers to a $300 billion investment fund after Tehran demanded reparations payments. Over the past few weeks, U.S. and Iranian diplomats have engaged in intense back-and-forth negotiations over the signing of a memorandum of understanding. But it looks like we're still in the exact same spot where the memorandum of understanding has not been signed by the president, unless I'm reading this wrong. Ken, do you have anything back there? Have you seen that this thing has been signed yet?
No. Okay. I haven't seen anything. I'm reading the same thing you are, and it's what we've been reporting now for an hour and a half.
Yep. All right. So that's kind of where we're at. I mean, listen, I hope we get this done. I hope we get the memorandum of understanding. I hope we get our troops out of the Middle East. I hope that this conflict ends. I hope that oil prices nosedive and come on down. And
they are doing that. They are dropping.
Is it still 92 on Brent crude?
Let's see. I don't see the price, but everybody is reporting that they are dropping sharply, and that is good news.
This news always gets announced right before the weekend. You notice that?
It does.
It does. All right. Well, so that's where we're at. We'll keep you updated. Ken's in the newsroom. He's rock solid, and he'll be ready and willing to break in should anything be signed, sealed, and delivered. Ken, you have full authority to interrupt the lightning round at any moment.
Thank you, brother Chris Hand.
At any moment, please. Anytime.
That would be this is unprecedented if this happens.
It is. It's
for the lightning round to be interrupted for breaking news.
Makes sense.
I do have one caveat.
Okay.
There will need to be a lightning sound associated with any break-in.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right. Thank you for your understanding and your attention to this matter. Lightning round time.
It's the Lightning Round with Chris Hand.
We do it every day this time. All the stories that wouldn't fill a whole segment, stories that we didn't have a chance to get to, stories that we probably wouldn't cover otherwise, and we like to call it the Lightning Round. You like my hand moves? I do. I'm doing these new hand moves on the YouTube stream for emphasis.
It's my preferred way that you activate the lightning.
It's like, just for those that are listening on the radio, it's Shooter McGavin. It's,
Yeah.
Shooter McGavin is my favorite golfer of all time. I think he was deeply misunderstood. And the redemption arc in Happy Gilmore 2, well-deserved.
Yeah.
So, we salute Shooter. He was a beast, man.
He was something.
He was a beast. Happy Gilmore 1 was better than Happy Gilmore 2, and everybody knows it.
For sure.
They lean too much on nostalgia. I thought had they just made it a good sequel, like they had potential.
Yeah.
They had real potential. If they stopped doing the callbacks, it would have been a better movie.
I agree.
Right?
Yeah, I'm be honest, I turned it off halfway through.
What?
Yeah, I didn't.
You didn't even make the whole thing through?
I didn't even make it the whole way through. It was also 3 a.m., so that might have factored into it a little bit.
He's like, I was also pretty hammered drunk. And
I was also sloshed high and doing whippets, but
to be fair, I'd huffed a lot of paint.
Let's just say those Sharpies were running dry.
To be fair.
Sharpies.
I'm just kidding. Mason doesn't huff paint.
No, sir.
Not anymore.
Maybe Sharpies, but not paint.
He's more of
I eat the paint chips.
He's more of a can of duster guy. That was my favorite intervention episode of all time, just in case anybody's keeping score at home. Do you remember that one?
From what?
Intervention. Do you remember that show?
Oh, yeah.
I do remember that show, yes.
I still think they were intervening on some people, but there was a woman there.
Probably.
Who was, she was doing the keyboard duster.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She was just inhaling that. Like,
Goodness.
Dude, or that or My Strange Addictions.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think there's anything that's ever... Well, the My Strange Addiction had the one guy that was making love to his car.
Goodness.
Yeah. That was strange.
Yeah.
And then there was the lady that was eating foam.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there was a lady who was eating her husband's ashes.
Yeah. Just go and take a little lick her finger, take a little dip.
Goodness.
Like a fun dip.
Packing a lip.
Yeah. Yeah, me and my husband are going to Disney World.
That's nasty.
That's terrible, man.
What is wrong with people? I was going to make the case that I think the Dust It lady was the best, but now that you're telling me that some lady was...
Eating her husband's ashes.
Does she need a spit bottle for that?
I don't know.
She would...
Red Solo cup around?
She just, kind of wet her finger and pop it in and pop it in.
That's...
terrible.
It makes the people that drink pee seem normal, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Strangely enough.
Yes. Yeah, like on the scale, weirdness is a spectrum, my friends.
Yes, sir.
Takes till death do us part in a very different way.
Yeah. I do love me some intervention.
Yeah.
And Hoarders.
Dude.
Hoarders is a good one, too.
The amount of times I've seen smushed rats between piles of newspapers from that show.
Crazy. It's crazy. All right, well.
First story?
First story in the lightning round. Okay, so remember yesterday we were talking about the anti-fraud roundtable where J.D. Vance invited all of the Democrat attorney generals and all of the Republican attorney generals from across the state, and we lambasted the Democrat attorney generals because they just didn't have enough notice, they didn't have enough time to show up to this anti-fraud roundtable. Listen, I think it is well within our right to be harsh on these Democrat attorney generals. But I also think that we do need to give them some flowers when they do something right. And Connecticut Attorney General William Tong, he is absolutely doing something correct today. He is launching an investigation into Roblox. He's upset because there's a game on Roblox called the Sandy Hook Gameplay Experience. What might that be about, you think? It's exactly what it's about. It's a game on Roblox where you can star as Adam Lanza.
Goodness.
Anybody that still allows their kids on Roblox, I'm telling you, you need to get them off that platform. It is a huge, huge issue. And it's not even just games like this. It's the fact that it is an online pedophile playground.
There are bathroom simulators.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. And
goodness.
These kids are there. How many millions of users are there daily?
I'll check again.
I think it's like hundreds of millions of users daily.
At least.
Daily. And these kids are groomed because there's an inside the game currency called Robux, and they're groomed by these pedophiles and given digital currency, and then the conversations are moved off app. And it's like game developers that are paid by Roblox have been busted for grooming children and raping minors.
Yeah, 85.3 million daily active users worldwide.
Crazy. If you want, and I'm not even like the anti-video game guy. Like, my kids will play a video game every now and again, but it's not connected to the internet, man. Not at all. And if you really want to go video gaming, get an N64. No in-game purchases required, actually. You buy the game and that's it. This is the Attorney General from Connecticut. His name is William Tong. He does, listen, he's from a blue state. He's obviously a Democrat. He does deserve some credit here and some respect for what he's doing in Connecticut.
Sandy Hook Elementary. Sandy Hook Elementary. Many of you may know of this group, 764, which has been the target of a prosecution by the U.S. Department of Justice. And 764 is an online group of nihilists. That's how they're referred to in law enforcement. Nihilists whose aim is to destroy society. And they do that by targeting children, undermining, the fabric of families, of communities, of society by targeting kids and getting them to do horrible, disgusting things to themselves, including self-mutilation, sexual acts, and suicide.
That's who's running into your kids on this platform. I mean, honestly, it might not be around every corner, but it's there enough that you need to take caution. There should be no reason why your kids are on Roblox.
Yeah, I looked up, so I did that search for the daily players. Google's AI overview brings up the age split option, or just for extra details. It says the daily player base is divided relatively evenly between users under 13, and with 44% of the users being 17 and older.
It's crazy.
It's weird how almost half of the users are
minors.
And the other half is fully grown adults.
Yep.
It's it's portrayed and advertised as a child's game.
And it's
platform.
safe for kids.
Yeah. And it's mainly half of the fan base is adults.
Yep. Attorney General of Connecticut, William Tong, paying attention.
The platform also exposes kids to horrifically violent content and sexual content. Let me show you a screenshot, and we can show it to the press later. We can provide you with screenshots electronically. This is a screenshot of a Roblox blocky character. So if you know anything about Roblox, they're blocky characters. This is an experience on Roblox. Okay? What does this experience depict? It says time until police come, 4:40. To where? Sandy Hook Elementary. Sandy Hook Elementary. You could have an experience on Roblox as the shooter at Sandy Hook.
Now, if you're watching on Super Talk TV, you can see that Attorney General William Tong is pissed here, rightfully so. But you'll also notice that the people next to him, they look like they're liberals. And it's bad when even the liberals are taking note and saying this is horrendous and it needs to be stopped.
Here's another one. The cafeteria. This is an experience that Roblox has rated as appropriate for children ages 9 and up.
9 and up.
Roblox is backed by venture capital and private equity like Andreessen Horowitz. They have experienced explosive growth since the pandemic, when all of our kids and all of us were locked up together in our homes. And while they tout their trust and safety measures, they have disinvested in trust and safety, and they have prioritized growth over safety. And lately, Roblox is trying to catch up because they know we're coming. We've already launched this investigation. And they've announced age-based safeguards, but still, they don't work.
No, I mean, they absolutely don't. And any kid who is just a little bit seasoned when it comes to technology can get around any of those age-based restrictions. Like, it's security theater. That's what that stuff is. It's not real. Any kid can figure out how to get around that. Now, listen, I think it's important to point out conservative states have been after this for a while. And Connecticut, you could say they're late to the party. But we're happy that they're at the party anyway, and give flowers where flowers are due. We need every attorney general in this country looking into this platform because it is vile, it's disgusting, and it's downright dangerous for these kids. I didn't mean to spend the whole lightning round on one story, but as you go home this weekend, if you got grandkids, if you got kids of your own, are they using this app? Are you familiar with this app? Have you seen this app? Have you used this app? You should be asking yourself these questions. If you're a grandparent, ask your kids. Are the grandkids using this? Do you know what's going on these apps? Because they absolutely shouldn't be using this app at all. There is no reason. There are plenty of other viable options. You can go old school. I mean, there's games. There's games out there that aren't going to break the bank, that won't put your kids in a position where they can be groomed or have to deal with experiences like this. Choose one of those. I'm not the most pro video game guy. I'm not anti video game either, but this isn't it at all. 11:53 Super Talk 99.7 WTN. Hey, what's up? It's Chris Hand here from my friends at the Glock Store. Super excited about tomorrow. The 6th annual open house is happening from 10 to 2. This thing keeps getting bigger, keeps getting better. They're going to be giving up to over $65,000 worth of incredible gun gear away, raffling it off between 10 and 2. I thought it was $50,000. No. They said, no, you're wrong. Over $65,000 worth of gear. 5 Glocks featuring some of their favorite performance parts like Radian, Maple Leaf, and more. And that's in addition to the 2 Ruger RXMs that they're going to be giving away, one stock and one with an Aimpoint COA optic. You'll also get to shoot a fully built M1X for free, ammo included. Lucas Botkin from Adaptive Defense, he's going to be a guest speaker at 11 a.m. And the first 200 people who spend $150 will get a set of $50 Savior electronic earmuffs absolutely free. This is at the one and only Glock Store. Tomorrow, their 6th annual open house from 10 to 2. Myself, Dan Mandis, Matt Murphy, Brian Wilson, Cabana Wife with the cookies. We're all going to be in attendance. You should be there as well. Get there early. Win big. It's a Glock Store thing. Minutes from the airport. Worth the drive from anywhere. Glockstore.com. Should kids be on this platform, period?
No, it's not worth it. It's only going to create headaches for you.
Roblox itself, it is a predator haven. There are games on Roblox like XYZ Public Bathroom Simulator. That's about 7 million visits, and the whole premise of the game is showering together with kids.
It's basically open season for sex predators on this app. For this reason and all of the others that we've talked about today, Roblox is violating Louisiana law.
If you join it, you're going to see predators, you're going to see naked avatars, you're going to see people peeing and all this sort of weird stuff. If I was a parent and I saw that, I would be outraged. I would be totally outraged. And parents aren't aware of this.
Because there is so much content and it's so difficult to monitor, and there's, 40% of their users are under the age of 13. Of course, it's a place where predators have learned how to network and gather and groom children.
$11:58 on Super Talk 99.7 WTN. My name is Chris Hand, so I was just doing the Glock store commercial. And I guess, so I'm bringing my boys to the Glock store tomorrow.
Okay.
Because we got playoff baseball after, and then we got flag football, and then just a bunch of stuff, right? So I'm like, you guys got to come. So my wife heard the commercial, and Brian Wilson's wife is going to be there, Cabana wife, and she's bringing cookies.
Oh.
Okay. So my wife sent me a voice note. You guys want to know how good Cabana wife's cookies are?
So we just heard the Glock store commercial, and Brooks heard the part about Cabana Wife is going to be there, and he goes, yes!
That's all you need to know. If you need a cosign on the cookies.
I love that.
It's going to be awesome. What are you focused on today, man? It's felt like a long week, hasn't it?
It has. For the 4 days, it felt like 6.
Yeah, it really did.
So,
I'm with you.
Well, you know what? We may talk a little bit about Iran, to go look through the deal. Maybe not. I don't know. We got a lot of other stuff. We're going to talk about some fun stuff. Old Monty Fritz did like a podcast thingy here, and it was scary.
I liked it.
So we'll talk a little bit about that.
What scared you about it?
His interpretation of stuff, that even if he said stuff went against him if he was governor, he would decide and interpret it based on his interpretation of the Constitution and stuff. And I'm like, well,
like what?
Well, I don't know. I mean, what but
in the podcast, like what made you?
To me, I'm sorry. If it goes against you, the court rules against you, and then you decide, well, I don't think you guys interpret it right. I'd interpret something different, so I'm just going to continue to do it.
Did he say when he wouldn't honor the court?
Yeah, he said if I felt it went against the Constitution and God, then I'm not going to honor it.
He said that exactly verbatim.
Yeah. It was like
because that's the one that he did with Phil Williams, right?
Who's
Phil Williams from News Channel 5? That's the podcast that I saw going around.
Oh, there's that one.
And he said,
I saw a bit of that one too, where he's talking about.
He said this Christian nationalist thinks Islam's a political ideology, and he doesn't want it in Tennessee. And I said, I'm already voting for the guy, Phil. You don't have to sell me on him.
Well, he wants to. He would like to ban all religions outside of Judaism.
No, he didn't say that.
He goes, would you like to get rid of this? Yes, he did say that. He said.
No. He said
Hinduism, Buddhism.
He said that they would be free to worship.
No, he said Hinduism and Buddhism. He said that the get rid of. He goes, if I could,
but he can't.
No, he can't. Well, that's
because
just
it's against the Constitution.
Yeah, but he said if he didn't like the Constitution, if he didn't like the ruling and the way that he looks at stuff in the Constitution and he interprets it, and his religion, then he'll decide what to do.
Yeah, I think that he would follow the Constitution.
I would hope he would follow the Constitution.
Trust me when I tell you, Monty is a good guy. He would absolutely follow the Constitution. His big issue is with Islam, because Islam is a political ideology masquerading as a religion. And he also went on to say that he has friends that are Muslim that he met overseas. And as a Christian, your goal is to convert those people. It always is.
And their goal is to convert. It's lots of converting going on.
Well, yeah, that's what you do.
It's a battle. It's a battle of conversion.
There's only one way to the Father. It's through the Son. Chad's in next. It's 12:02 on Super Talk 99.